I'll give you your cue.
All right, and we are live on episode 37 of Dithra 1001 Shards, where we basically do a little bit of recap like we usually do, and we will press forward. Gone will not be here, having a work party, some of what I did earlier this year, so shout out to him. On top of that, we're going to be gone for the next 2 weeks, and somebody may be coming back in the not so distant future, so look forward to that. Then we'll go to recaps. I'm excited for that. Hopefully you all are too, and we will get started. So, first, as far as the recap, last session was pretty intense. The party officially made it down to the second level or second area of this cave. That's basically north of Dithra. After traveling there for several days, after getting to the second level, they discovered not only was it covered in bioluminescent mushrooms and moss, but also in spiders and spider-like creatures. As they fought and tried to 1v1 a river, losing not only one but two people along the way, they also fought spiders as the first person to go down or lose a 1v1 versus the river was Henry / Marky Mark and the Funky Monk, as he slowly but surely traveled down the river. Upon traveling down the river, he made a discovery that the river / waterfalls all lead down to a certain place, and along this certain place leads to a gigantic tentacle spider-like creature that lives in the center of this place, and several dozen spiders slowly but surely eating food, slowly climbing back up, similar to what you imagine a bee structure, like how worker bees, they're clean. All right, and once Henry had fell down there, another river had appeared. And upon gone traveling over to the next river, what happened was that he also lost his 1v1 versus the river as well too, and upon doing so, he also fell down. On his first fall down river, he did not break his leg. That was on the second fall down from the river, but he also discovered as well too, after Koa and company pressed forward in the dungeon / cave. They also fought several large spiders as well too. But while that was happening as well too, Koa and Harry and Gon had essentially made a bit of a bro pact as they were sitting there recovering, trying to think of a way to get out of here. Gon decided to climb up, which, like I said earlier, did not work very well. That being said, upon falling down, Harry, grasping at straws, discovered very quickly that, not very quickly, actually very slow, it's like several hours, as Harry used basically arrow bolts or crossbow bolts, make a tourniquet to wrap around Gon's ankle / leg, as it was broken as he fell 60 feet. As I did actually research that as well too. Not everyone dies from 60 feet, from falling down 60 feet, but you can definitely break 1 to 10 different bones upon doing so. It depends on how you fall. Gon happened to break one leg. Well, it doesn't sound reasonable because people have survived like that. It's a lot rarer than 60, but it's possible. So that being said, Harry discovered that in the center of this strange tentacle spider-like being was a shard. And we left off with the party, Harry rubbing his hands together like Birdman as this thing descended down into the water creating this almost lily pad of webs around this basically pool of water as it's sucked down, lowering all the tentacles to the ground. And Cool and company, slightly injured after pressing forward, but now trying to figure out, do they want to press forward and go for potentially another combat, potentially risk exhaustion, or do they want to run away? They want to look for company or do all manner of other things along their journey. So those are my notes here. Did I miss anything? Okay.
That was pretty much the crux of it.
Yep.
Right. So we're going to start with, normally when people are here, I will remove them, but this is the part where I can't remove Dawn. Either he lives, dies. Not really, but it's really based on the decision of, and I'm trying to play it as intelligently as possible, but I cannot remove her. We're gonna lose. We're gonna have to. Hopefully, he doesn't die. So we're gonna start with Harry. These tentacles you see here are now officially underwater, and the webs you see along the tentacles are now spread out, clogging each of these waterways that you see, and the entire basically pool of water. There's a massive. The best way I can describe it is a lily pad of web covering the base pool of water that you see.
Okay. How thick are the spider webs? Like rope thick or like string thick?
After studying this as well too, I would say the scholar, give me an intelligence check. This one's pretty raw, but just give me an intelligence check. You're a pretty smart guy. Just don't botch.
Sure. Nat 20.
You'll need it with a nat 20.
That's 40.
With a 40, okay. So the spider webs here are, I would say, they're not rope thick, but they are substantially thicker than traditional spider webs. Because you know how strong the tensile strength of spider webs are, having webs that are like 20 times thicker than spider webs is substantially stronger because of just how strong spider webs themselves are.
Yeah, it's thicker than a rope of equal girth. That's for sure. It's like steel.
Right.
So I studied webs a little bit. So I know that when spiders make the web itself isn't sticky. They secrete sections of like a glue thing on part of it, and they walk around that. They know where it is.
Right.
Now, I can figure out the parts that are sticky and non-sticky and gather a bunch of non-sticky parts and make a rope with that, right?
You can definitely attempt to do all of it.
I'm planning this, like Harry is sitting there planning this because he saw this shard and he's like, if we're gonna fucking die, I'm gonna try this, right? So his plan is to gather a lot of the non-sticky part and make a long rope from it. Mm-hmm. That he's gonna tie to the shaft of a bolt, and then at the end of the bolt he'll grab a bunch of sticky part of the web and put that on, and try to shoot the shard. So then he can hopefully pull it back.
So I would say having gone here, who is a survivalist, makes this a lot more feasible. Because he can actually...
Yeah, he can help me like with the rope even if he's sitting down. I'll gather all the stuff for him.
Right. So with him there guiding on how to actively... Because you definitely, like, as a scholar, know to look for, but having gone who's a survivalist, have that experience, stops you from potentially the trial and error of being potentially stuck and not being able to get out.
Yeah.
So... we've gone there, him basically showing you the whole, the 10-foot pole method of theory of sticky, not sticky, sticky, and saving you potentially, catastrophic error. You could definitely do so. This will take some time, of course, a substantial amount, because you are.
At this point, I'm thinking like we're kind of living here because I don't think they're gonna come for us anytime soon.
Okay.
He thinks if Gon is here now, they probably need to regroup. You know?
This is our home now. We're gonna make a bed.
So we're gonna get comfy.
All right.
I'd like if I find any spider carcasses, because you know they just die and they live here, so there might be some. I'd like to keep some legs and stuff, maybe some guts if there's any, to cover ourselves for the scent, and make a little makeshift like we're gonna hide under the spider carcass when we sleep.
I got you. So this is like some bug life types right here. So
It's
Alright.
like Walking
Yeah.
Dead, walking through the zombies right now. Shit.
Exactly. I'm just trying to make this place comfortable because I think we're gonna be here a while.
all right. So I would say that's gonna take several hours, if not probably a full day to make
Oh, sure, man.
the necessary rope length to go. I mean, this rope has to be at least like 50, 60 long because of the distance. So from shooting the bolt from where you are at to the center.
Yeah, if it's the middle from where I am now, it's 70 feet, so I need to move another 10 feet to even be able to shoot at it.
Right. So you'd have to like.
So I can only 60 feet is my max, so I'll make like 65, 70 foot rope just to
Right.
have some leeway. But I'll have to go down to be able to shoot it,
Right.
unless there's another position that's better. I don't know.
The only way that you'd be able to get an accurate.
Oh
shot,
yeah, I can go down from there, and then I'll get a nice clean shot
Yeah. Just
at
cross it.
50, which is well within my range. Yeah.
That works. So you are doing that for presumably until that
Ah,
done.
yes.
We're gonna cut.
Big mistake coming on. I feel it.
One day we'll get there. We just keep on threading. So cut now to Koa and company here. Guinevere is lightly injured.
Yep.
From her from these spiders. Not really from just the bites of the spiders, but more of the poison the spiders secrete. It isn't a lot of damage, of course, but when you get bit 10, 15 times, it'll definitely kill you.
Yeah.
She is lightly injured. Though Guinevere looks at you and Okoye and says, "What's the move?"
Actually, before we move forward, I have a question. I something's been since this fight. Something's been sitting on my mind. Don't you think those underground rivers were running a little fast?
Sure. I'll follow your logic. They probably were. If you look.
You know, we have another survivalist back up at camp. Do you think it's possible that those rivers led somewhere, and with how fast they were moving, that Gon and Harry didn't drown, but just got swept out, and they're still alive somewhere? Is it possible?
Yes. He nods and says this is very possible. It's also very possible that they all could have died. A very horrible death. I
agree.
I don't know. But I think getting a second opinion wouldn't hurt anything. We just have to go back up.
I'm wondering if we head back up, maybe I bring Chulin in, just have her take a look and see what she thinks. She's a survivalist. She would know a whole lot more about how this stuff works than I do. There's something sticking in the back of my head that maybe there's something we missed. Now I know we got to get back over the river, but
Well, she would say as well too. I'm also a master explorer, so I'm used to exploring dark caves and things like this and looking for treasure and such. So survival is really just like surviving in harsh environments. As an explorer, this is actually more of my access because I explore dark places.
should we go back and take a look? Let's go back and at least take a look at that, because there's just something nagging in the back of my head.
No, that sounds good. I can definitely do that. Which river? Just go back to the river.
Just gonna go back to the first one before crossing that actual river, so we can at least have her examine it thoroughly, So I guess we go here. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So above table here, yeah, survival is definitely is like the secondary to this explorer being primary, at least in this context, because it's not really of like surviving as much as exploring, right?
Right.
Like you're not trying to live here; you're trying to see how someone who trying to explore this place would do it. So Guinevere
Because
was
because this is the river that Gon went into, correct?
yes.
That's what I wanted to make sure I remembered it properly.
No, you're good. No, you're good because she passed out here, which she's right there sleeping.
Yep.
Being knocked out. Then Harry passed out.
Harry went into the first one, and Gon went into this one.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what my notes say. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. So Guinevere's
I definitely went in the first one.
That was like flashy. So Guinevere's gonna use. Let's see. Up here. Okay. Guinevere is gonna need an intelligence check at advantage.
Okay.
You know, well, she can pull this one. Maybe pop out of there.
Oof.
22. She looks at you and she says, "It's possible. The water is moving very fast. It would have to go somewhere. Though I'm not sure where somewhere is, and if we were to use this thing, where that would go, and / or if we were to survive. You'd probably want to, I don't know. The best way I can explain it to you is maybe try to tie something to a string and set it in the river and then track it. I guess like like a small goat or something. I don't think we have a goat, but you can catch something, tie a rope around it, let it go down, and see if we can pull it back up and see if it lives. I'm not sure how far it goes down though. How far it goes is the question. You need probably a really long rope. Or you can just go down there. I just will say I am not sure enough where I would risk my life to do that, because that sounds like suicide. So I am all for if you tell me if you do that, how that works, if you could. I'm quite curious to know if you'll be able to make that. Shattered one willing, you do so. I'm not doing that for Don and Harry. Sorry.
Well, then I'm gonna leave the question: do you want to push forward, or should we go back and regroup with camp?
She says, "I am hurt, but I'm not that hurt. Though those are probably an adventurer's famous last words. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how accurate that would be. Though I would say one of our crewmen, we've lost 3 people so far. We've only walked like 100 feet.
Yeah, we have not gone very far.
So maybe we should, I don't know, try to get Rashid, go back up there. I'm pretty sure if they made it, they have food and they can survive. If they can't survive
one night,
we have to trust that if they have survived, that they can continue to survive. If not, then what's the point of it? We try to save them.
I agree. I think we need to regroup, rethink, find a strategy, find a plan,
and come
move
with more
forward
people
from there.
It's gonna suck to leave the horses out, but if we're trying to at least secure at least the treasure, then we should probably make sure we have enough people to do so. I mean, Rashid is out, and we just leave him here. Most likely, somebody's gonna just eat him.
I agree. All right, and yeah, I'm gonna. That's my light. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and jump across. Hit the rock and give you my check. Start heading back.
Athletics. I mean, strength.
Yep.
Hey, okay, you jump across. All right. Here we go there. Whatever does wrong, give me a
D20.
Mesa. 20 for Esteban.
Go ahead and roll that one, Harry.
Yeah. Come on, Esteban, join me.
Yes, sir.
Come join me.
For anyone for Koye?
Since that's usually Gon's companion, why don't you roll those ones?
Alright. You go
Oh,
there?
yeah, I can. I got a 5. Is that good? Does
Yeah.
Okoye join me?
He does not. He's strong as shit. He does not join you. He leaps
You're
across.
good.
Alright.
He has physical fitness level 1.
And
Does
then
anybody-
I will pick up Rashid.
Okay, your DC goes up to 30 for the next river.
Yep.
Pick him up.
Well, I'm gonna carry him to the river. I don't know if I'm necessarily jumping with him yet. I might
Just tie a rope diagonal across.
I might think of something
Yeah.
else.
That's
Yeah.
what Blue River would say. Drag or tie rope, and he may drown a little bit. He may wake him up. So,
Right.
but this one, yeah.
The problem
This one-
is,
I
so
mean, put him on a shield and tie a rope around him, and it'll kind of keep him afloat
have
a
to-
little bit.
I have to get a rope.
Yeah, like, hey, you guys brought.
Oh, we left it.
Yeah,
We
Uh-huh,
left
so we
it,
can get
right?
out.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah, probably.
yeah.
Yeah. Um,
One rope. One man, one rope.
Yep.
Jump all the rivers, go get the rope, jump the rivers back. I got a rope, guys.
How?
So
Well,
bad.
nope. I don't necessarily have to jump the rivers back per se. I could tie a rock to the end of it and throw the end of the rope across because it's 50 feet. So I think
Yeah,
that's what he's
yeah.
gonna do. So Gon's gonna leave the lantern here, set it down to leave the lantern with them, and jump across on his own to go get the rope, telling them to stay here for now. And so I'll do my strength to jump across.
Don't drown.
I fell in.
Hey!
I'm
All right.
joining.
Oh,
That
shit,
was
man.
it. So Koa, please describe this as you see Koa literally fall into the river.
He jumps, but he with having the light behind him like that, he missed the shadow off the rock. He thinks he hits just the side of it, and his feet go right out from underneath him. His side smacks the rock, and he just sinks right into the water.
All right, and with that, Koa. Let me copy and paste you.
Oh,
All right.
this is sad and delicious.
All at the
He's
same
like,
time.
So now, this is a fun fact here. You have no idea what's going on with the rest of the crew, as you guys all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And so you
So
just
Harry-
you just see Koa just come flying out of the wherever he is.
It's like a magic school bus.
I'll come and grab you. So I'll pull you out of the river because I've done it to Gon, and I'll immediately put a hand on your mouth and whisper, "Shh, filled with spiders.
I love the amount of that.
Come ashore. We're making rope."
You're alive? Oh my God, you're alive! Ah. So
Yeah, Gon broke his ankle though. He tried to climb the river back up, and he fell down, and his ankle is broken. And then Gon probably just nods like fucking angry.
Angry grunts.
Let me take a look at the break really fast. Let me see if there's anything.
Oh yeah,
is
you're
it
the medic.
fixed?
That's perfect.
And go. Yeah, I'll go.
I-
I'll
well,
go
I-
take a look at
yeah.
it and
I
well,
put
you know,
I put a splinter on it, but you know this isn't my area of expertise, so I'll let you handle it. That's perfect that you're here.
no, this is
Sad for you, but it's perfect for us.
You did decent, but we need something strong. And
That's
I'm gonna take
as
take a bandage out, and I'm gonna start snapping some of the bolts so that way they're doubled up and they actually curl the ankle and set it into place, like fully set the ankle back into place before I do it, holding it in place and get that bandage wrapped up tight so it's the full compression around the whole area.
Noise.
Just get it set up for him.
All right.
And when go.
Wisdom check. You're doing this, Koa.
Wisdom, yep.
Wisdom check.
Oh, damn.
I don't think this affected using your
21, 20.
It's the fucking whims of fate.
Right?
Living on the edge.
On the fucking edge, man. As you
How-
were here,
And how far did it felt like I went coming through that?
you were underwater. It's hard to tell, but definitely at least I would say you went down like 2 waterfalls.
So I was like underwater a good probably 15, 30 seconds type of a thing with how fast that water was moving.
Absolutely.
And I'm
Not
I'm no
bobbing-
explorer and I'm no
bobbing
I'm
up
no-
and down.
yeah, I'm no explorer and I'm no survivor, so I wouldn't have any sort of sense of distance, but it's a longer distance than
Absolutely.
yeah.
Way-
But also, as soon as your body gets turned upside down in one of those waves, you lose your sense of compass completely, and then you don't know the distance you're going anymore.
Yeah, I'm in his head I was just thinking, does he know, like, he would realize obviously real quick that it wasn't like he went through a rock and it was 2 seconds and boom, and came back out type of a thing.
No. Yeah. It was definitely several seconds. It's kind of hard to gauge, but like you went basically you traveled down. You traveled straight down a waterfall, straight down another waterfall, and that's how you got here. So you definitely traveled several.
And I didn't mean to interrupt.
Probably feels
what
longer.
happened? It probably does. So, and I didn't mean to interrupt you. What happens with Gon's ankle and me bandaging, resetting, getting it all?
Yes, thank you. So one, he did, and my notes say he broke his leg. I could be wrong. I thought he broke his leg.
Broke his ankle. It's like whatever it was. I was.
Oh yeah, I
resetting
don't
it.
know.
No. Yeah, I can say whatever.
It's just the likeliest thing to snap.
It makes sense, but definitely, it was his leg because at least as far as because of
You
this.
know what? If he broke his tibia, that's actually a much better break.
Yeah, because it's a cleaner snap. Yeah,
Fuck yeah, man.
Muscles.
Ankle is hell.
Yeah, because if you break that shit, it's so many muscles interact, so many different muscle groups. Whereas a tibia.
Yeah, but it's like 7 bones interconnected or something. So that's all fucked up, man.
Yeah, so it was definitely basically a tibia press
Oh, that's great.
So having said, at least that's what I think my 0 degree of medical knowledge tells me.
It's all right. We're winging it.
Winging it.
Nobody's a doctor. Don't follow any of our advice. If
Please
you're ever stuck in the wood and somebody breaks a leg,
fall down 60 feet. Please do not check on a D&D or a OSR gaming channel for medical advice. That would be a really bad idea. And if you die, hopefully you tell whoever is in afterlife.
yeah. So once he's done that, I'm gonna show him around. I'm gonna bring him to the edge, and I'm gonna show him down there. There was a huge creature with enormous tentacles, as big as 3 boats. And look in the middle. And then you see, if you roll a perception check,
Yeah. Do I need to
Well,
roll
what's
something?
tiny little shard of power.
No, if you can point it out, like, okay. Prosecutor,
Yeah.
I will say this.
What? Where?
To defend OSR, like, one way out to you can see it, but it's not like crossing a river, checking that makes sense because you're not superhuman. You know, you can fall into a river like anyone, even if you're a master explorer, can fall into a river if you cross it. That's not a like whoa. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I want
Not a
to
stretch
defend
is what you're saying. Not that far
Yeah,
of a stretch
yeah,
is what
it's
you're saying.
It's like, what do you mean? No one falls, like, people don't just fall in a river if they're master explorers. I'm like, I don't think you know how that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
People fall down fucking walking sometimes, so come on.
You're
Shit
traveling
happens.
in a dark-ish place. It's a 5% chance for most people. I'm okay. That being said, Harry points out this shard you see in the center mass of this creature, and it is indeed shard.
How
So I
high
tell you my
up?
plan of making a rope and everything.
How high up off this cliff are we? As I'm standing actually next to Harry, looking over.
About 40 feet.
Yeah, I don't know.
40 feet.
40?
About 40
So-
feet
Yeah,
down.
it's not.
So 40 feet from there down to this spot, and you're pointing to the shard that's like out here. Or is it out
Here.
here
Yeah,
farther?
I'm gonna shoot it from here, and the shard is here.
Yes.
Shard is there. Okay.
Yeah,
Am I seeing the
Like,
tentacle
not a-
monster right now, or am I just seeing that
No.
skin
it's a
layer?
little meta, but
No. You're not seeing it. It's not meta. It's like literally just all you see is a literal, like, basically like fleshy tentacle stalk in the center of this lily pad.
Yep.
On the fleshy tentacle stalk is a large rock that looks like a shard. You pretty much can confirm it because it's literally glowing.
Yeah.
And then around that is a literal pad of webbing all around this place.
Okay. So your plan where you're using webbing to make rope, and you're gonna try to shoot
yeah,
the
we're
shard?
using the webbing. Make a rope. We'll take the non-sticky part to make a long rope, and then we'll take the sticky part, put at the end of the bolt, and shoot the shard and hope we can pull it out. Maybe have to shoot the stock after that it's on. But I mean, we're here, man.
From your idea of being
All
taller,
my life, I've dreamt about seeing a shard. You know, this is the dream of anyone who comes from where I come from. This is a miracle for me to see one. I'll take my shot.
yes.
Wait. So you remember what they talked about with the maps and stuff, right? When they said that there was treasure, and then there was a shard. You don't think they were wrong, do you?
I think they got mixed up.
And
But we're here now.
you just see this realization just like flash over
You know,
his
we
face,
we should have had an idea when the monsters here were so vicious. Why would anyone hide treasure in such a dangerous place?
Well, I mean, it's
Inspiration
just-
to Harry.
you are not. I mean, but we were in it when we got in it. We got in it, right? Like, who would have thought?
Yeah. We weren't
okay.
thinking. We wanted the money,
It's like, man,
and here we are.
Greed kicks. It looks back over at Gone. Greed kicking us in the ass, I guess, huh?
Gond just grunts and says, who would have thought that they wouldn't have hit treasure and the two-headed serpent, scorpion-filled spider den of death down several planes of uncharted lands down here.
Oh yeah. When we had to go down there, I was like, this is really sketchy. That's far for a treasure chest.
And this guy's like, listen, even I will be able to get this thing. No one's ever getting this. I'm dying with this.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
He's dying with
my
this.
life on it. Nobody's touching
Yeah.
my treasure. Fuck you.
No one's ever gonna touch this thing, including me. Like, he just threw that shit out in the water. He was like, all right, guys, we just kick this thing down
Yeah.
the water hole. But yeah.
But you are
Yeah.
correct. We are in it, and have you done any scouting to see? Is there a way we have to go back out the way we came, or
Oh, I can't tell you. Gon is in bad shape, and I'm not an athlete. I can't jump these rivers, so I haven't gone anywhere. A couple minutes ago, the spiders were coming down the river on the webs, feeding the creature that's now gone from the middle. So I wasn't gonna move around while they were here either. But they ignored me.
I can't blame you on
There
that.
are no spiders right now coming and going, right? Yeah.
No. So far as this thing has been underwater, there have been no spiders down this area. It's entirely
Yeah.
solid.
Well, if
So,
this
yeah.
thing, if there's not those spiders here, it might be. I mean, Dawn obviously isn't going to be moving anytime in the near hour or two. Might make sense. Let
Yeah.
him work on what you know is the non-sticky web for the moment, braiding it for rope, and maybe we try and take just a short little walk up north here.
I mean, I'll take you to the edge of the river, but I'm not jumping over that.
to fall out down the 40 feet in with the creature.
Yeah, exactly.
My leg!
Yeah, no.
Why having a so one has a broken leg, one has a broken ankle.
Yeah. Right?
But I mean, yeah, you can go look around a little bit from where we are. We can't see much. If you grab some moss with you, you can see quite
Is
a decent distance. So
this stuff isn't gonna hurt me if I just break some of it off?
nah, it's perfectly fine. You can actually eat it.
So I
I
reach
mean, it's
down.
not great, but
I'll reach down what's in front of me and just rip a piece off and kind of hold it out like it's a torch.
All right.
you can like put it on your shoulders, like padding.
Yeah, right.
Walk around, shoulder pads.
There you go. Do.
And then yeah, I'm just gonna kind of walk up to the edge of this this waterfall and just kind of peer around for a minute, see if there's anything I can see. Kind of do a try and do a decent study of just the area up here.
All
He's
right,
not again not an explorer or anything, so he's not necessarily sure exactly what he's looking for. He's just I think it's more he's listening for movement or looking for
you
scorpion
control this
holes or no yeah what I'm sorry.
Can you control this torch?
Yes, I can.
So.
Yep.
That's the accurate light source. So, like anyone can look around. As you're looking around here, you can definitely tell that along these rocks here are covered. So, you know how in places that like let's say like someone haven't been in like a shed or a garage in like a year or something like that. It's covered in like webs and stuff like that. This is that times like 2 million. This rock face here is literally just covered in layers upon layers upon layers upon layers of thick, non-sticky, sticky web all along the things here, all on the rock face, and even along the water. So, outside of the waterfall where you all fell and it kind of broke the webbing kind of covering up the water. So the rocks and then it's like the water. The webs go over the water along the entire path. So the only way you can kind of tell is water is that one is flowing down where you can kind of see at the angle you can see it, and also that the webbing across the water is very wet because it's a waterfall. And that goes for this area as well too.
Are you saying that
thick,
like the webs are like all down in here, or is it up where I'm standing too, where that water's rushing and then go dropping down?
Everywhere. The only So it's literally covering the entire area, basically. It's literally just web. And you can tell this is probably dozens of spiders. To accurately probably speed up, in the hive mind kind of mindset of like, okay, the webbing allows us to move faster along the water. If it just covers everything, and it's just covered in everything with web. The only reason why you wouldn't know, but Harry will probably tell you, the only reason why like the pool kind of goes up and down is not as it's not as much webbing because this thing goes up and down along the water.
Right.
Other than that, it'd be covered. It'd be literally like, if this thing go up and down, it'd probably be so much web that you actually would not have been able to
come out.
Come out.
Yeah.
This thing.
And the other thing that we know, from lighting the webs, or that I know because Harry fell in too early, is that touching or lighting the webs, it's almost like a like an alarm they can go off to these things.
Yeah.
It's like literally like, oh, you're burning these shits. Especially with this much web.
Yeah.
Dawn would tell you in like grunt. You do not like web. Grunt.
Yeah. So
bad idea.
But there's no webbing like on the ground up here. It's mainly the walls, and then all across the water.
No, there is webs everywhere. So I assume Harry definitely cleared off a spot for you guys, because he had like several hours down here at this point. But there is webs everywhere.
Right.
And you can kind of see it on the map as well too. You can kind of see it like at least over here with Harry. Web.
Well, the only reason I asked was because knowing that if they touch webs, that it could send that alert or alarm out. Like if I'm standing on webs, and it's like we shouldn't be fucking moving.
well, you definitely think because of how big the web is, to get an accurate like sensing, you'd have to be pretty close, even as a spider, because
Yeah.
how big it is.
Okay.
Like like if they were like supernatural, then yeah, but that's not how actual webbing works. You don't have. There's no way a creature from like let's say 50 feet away can sense web moving like that when the water itself is moving the web itself. It's
Right.
too much feedback. It wouldn't make
Yeah.
sense.
I just
Now,
I,
if you're
that's what I was just making sure of.
yeah. I'm just saying, like, if you were a demon uber mega spider, then yeah, you could like sense that. But in reality, it's no fucking way. It's several waterfalls that go down here. It's no way that for one, I can immediately sense your presence. That's just kind of memey to me. But that being said, that's kind of what you see. I know that you were looking to gather and tie your web. Would you like to continue to do that for the rest of the evening and pray that nothing tries to beseech you or distract you or discover you?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna make like a little cover of like dead spider carcasses, like in the corner where there's a good amount of moss, and we're gonna like that's gonna be our sleeping place.
It's gonna
And
be like right,
making rope all day until it's done.
like pretty
Got
much right.
nothing else to do.
Everyone's gonna be pretty much right here.
Yep.
Okay, making rope. Okay, all right. Okay.
I'll probably let them make the rope and try to sort of slightly use those carcasses to build the shelter to almost make it look like the spider's nesting there, as much as he has no clue how to do that. But
Yeah, I'm about to say. I mean, you stack the corpses up here and try to make it look like a fucking disposable pile. I'm not sure how much. Get some web, throw it over there like like your solid.
Yeah,
snake.
use some sticky web to stick
Like,
all the
it's
spider
like,
carcass
oh,
together, make a wall.
It's
A
fine.
wall of dead spider.
Right, just like stick it together, glue it together, like wall of spider, kind of like you were saying. All right, so there's always a chance, of course. So before that, yes, it's been several hours here, so I'll consider this one your day. Please roll me a 1d100. Don't roll less than 15.
I was waiting for him to say like 55. Alrighty.
No, you're there. I'll look you my head.
Oh, there we go.
So, it's going to take you about, to make enough web out of spider, even, and pretty much Don's doing this because he's a survivalist. This is a survivalist kind of thing. To make enough web, it's going to take about a full day. And I'm leaning towards
right.
2, but I want to say 1. Of course. You know what? Fucking let me speak. Koa, give me a D20 call high or low. It's gonna be 1 or 2 days.
Hi.
Because 50 feet of rope out of spider silk is crazy. But you guys are the exception. You guys are the exception. You can make fucking 50 feet of spider silk using an unknown thread that you've never really done before in 1 day. Like a fucking badass. Just like, Gon is literally like, he doesn't knit or nothing like that. He's like, I can do it.
All of a sudden, you just see this big ass northerner with these huge hands, and they just get real nimble with the fingers. Just
Yeah.
Got a cross stitch.
Saw the extra blood to his head because of his broken leg.
Yeah, he's trying to stay focused. But Gon will give me a wisdom check.
How's the tensile strength of that actual web? Like, as he's just, I think at some point, Koa would try to like test it a little bit to see how bouncy it is, and if it's.
Spider web is crazy strong.
Yeah. So, what you would know is that, if you were able to accurately gather, like, most of this web, you could probably make some of the strongest hide you could like all time. Because this isn't just normal silk. This is because silk can be is strong, but it can be torn because of just how thick the threads. Because how thick the threads of this spider silk is, substantially resistant to actually being torn and cut as easily as normal silk is, because of just how thick the strands of spider thread is. Because comparative to like, I'm not sure how thick spider like accurate like in millimeters, right? But if you times that by 20, you, in theory, dramatically reduce how easy it is to rip and tear, because you can't just go through the web or through the silk, because silk is strong, but not against
Harry,
ripping and tearing.
if we get out of this, if we get this shard, we get our asses out of this and back to the rest of our group. I want to save some of this because I think it would make a hell of a bowstring.
You know what? I bet you're right. I'm glad you have such foresight and are still thinking about the future.
He's like, we're gonna make it. But your first.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep this as a souvenir, that's for sure.
If we don't keep positive, what are we gonna do? Do we just want to curl up, bring the spiders to us, and let them eat us? I mean, we gotta at least somewhat stay positive.
That's right. Let's put up a fight at least.
Well, you do make your rope, and this is of strange spider silk. So this will take up one slot, but you gain 50 feet of strange spider silk. And now, what do you do?
Since it took all day, I think we should probably rest.
That makes sense to me. So I'm not gonna have you guys.
We've been through a lot, so.
Yeah. So another day does pass. It's day 148.
Was there any like activity with the monster that he said was in the water that day, or spiders coming to feed it? Did any of that like happen?
I'm about to explain. So, as the day goes by, it remains totally basically in the lily pad into stock state. It is not until the morning, which I presume is the morning, as yes, have no way to really tell time. but after several hours pass, this thing does stir, and you see that dozens of these spiders quickly. I would say roughly 3 to 4 hours. Just all they do is just go down and feed this thing dead rabbits, dead snakes, just pure meat for hours. And then after those hours, it quickly descends back into the water, and then goes into the lily pad state. So from that, Harry, you studying this thing as a scholar, you know that big things need a lot of energy to survive, and they typically either hibernate or have very little activity outside of after just very short bursts of energy. Because if not, they would need 100,000 calories of fucking day, or not more, like 500,000 calories. It's not enough food to supplant that, like bear. You think this thing is, after studying it, is only active about 3 to 4 hours a day, and after that, it is basically in a hibernation or slumber state, unless there is some kind of outside stimuli that would actively challenge this thing to actually need to move.
Before we try to shoot this shard, should we see if something would wake this up and then try to hide before it? I mean, we have some of these carcasses. Would it be worth trying to like huck a carcass down there and then hide to see what it does?
Sure, you got the bulk to be able to toss a carcass. If you want to do that.
But do you think it's...
Can always try.
But the other question is does that rain spiders on our heads?
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that we're not gonna wake it up, obviously, but
well, that's why I'm wondering.
Hope doesn't always pan out.
That's why I'm wondering this.
You 100,000,000% think if you grab a carcass and get to where you'd have to be like 40 feet to throw the animal spider thing and hit this thing, and if it were to wake up, you 100,000,000% think that before you were able to get back, you would alert a spider, and like like in Metal Gear Solid, like the game over sound would appear, and the fucking dude, snake, snake. It would literally be that, and that's no like DM. No, it was like you don't think you'd be able to do that just reasonably. If this thing wakes up, you'd have to deal with that. But pre-waking this thing up or trying to actively wake this thing up with this thing actively getting spiders and those spiders probably not being that far away would probably not be the best thing.
Okay.
Because if maybe not everyone would die, but definitely the person that threw it would 100% die. Like kill confirmed. You're done.
The carcass hits it, the spider just goes boom, and like Batman taking a freaking enemy.
It's just like it's no roll. It's just a cutscene, Like and it's like
Yeah.
a little like so. As Koa throws the spider, several spiders descend down. He valiantly fights and kills one or two of them before being overwhelmed and overrun by 57 other spiders that joined to fight him. As Harry stares on like he's a voyeur, like it's a cutscene or something like that.
Can you?
Yes.
So the reason I asked that, can you re-explain to me? And I'm sorry. Is the shard? The shard is on a pedestal, or is it attached to a tentacle?
So okay. So let me get some art here. Okay. So think of this. Okay. So ignore the tentacles here. I'm just gonna move you over. That's fine.
So I just want to know what we're looking at as to what he's shooting. That's why I'm asking, like, if he's shooting it to the shard
you're here.
and then it.
Okay, so let's say you're here.
Yeah.
All right. So ignore the tentacles.
Yeah.
All of this is web, right?
Yep.
Okay. Think of like a gigantic, like let's say like a slug eye stalk coming from the center of it, and on top of the stalk is the shard.
Is the shard. Okay.
Yeah. Not really a pedestal. It's like just literally like a.
But it looks like it's sitting on it, not like suctioned into it.
No, it's sitting on it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's never seemed like either it moved or around and just grabbed the shard on his body because it's covered in thick web, and it's been just on for the ride for however long it's been.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Thank you. I just wanted a clearer picture of what I was looking at there.
All good. That's why I'm here. That's what your characters would know. That being said, what we're all doing is this thing is in his. It looks to be at least in his normative state.
I mean, I guess now is good a time as any, right? We get that shard.
Now is as good a time.
We figure out what kind of power it has, and one of two things is going to happen, right? You're going to grab that. You're either going to miss, and we're going to be fighting spiders and big tentacle monster. You're going to pull the shard out, and we're going to be fighting spiders and big tentacle monster, or you're going to pull the shard out and not wake the damn thing up, right? That's our three options.
Yep. That's pretty much how I see this play out. So, either way, the three of us by ourselves leaving right now is just not an option. With the shard, could be an option. We don't know.
Very well, yeah. I mean, we don't even know how to get out of here yet. We haven't even, the only way to go, we can't go backwards. We can't go, this way's blocked off. The only way to go is right, what I can see, is right up next to the water with all the webs, so.
Yeah. And through all the spiders. Not very tempting.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna go get into position.
Alright, it's in the position.
So you're gonna come next to me, and you're gonna hold.
You're going over here, right?
Yeah.
So do you have to jump this?
Yeah, for the distance.
Do you have to jump this?
Yeah, is this?
Wait, what? I'm sorry, Harry, what were you saying?
If we cross over to where I am, this little river here, is this like a jump over, or is just like a crossover?
So, I would say this because of the amount of rocks in the web. I would say no. It's covered in web. So you can easily find a part where it's just web, and you have to just move across very slowly.
Okay, cool. So I take my time. So you're gonna have to come over. You have to hold the other end of the rope.
Yep. And I'm gonna actually take the end of that then and tie it around the right at the base of the warhammer. Enough
Okay.
to where I
Sure.
could grab it and slide it down off the handle if I needed to, but where with my hands underneath it, it's stuck between the head of that warhammer and my hands.
Okay. Okay. So he's gonna be basically launching a bolt with the rope tied to it. You're gonna be hope the head of the bolt that's covered in webs sticks to the shard, and you're gonna use your warhammer as a basically like fishing pole to drag
It back.
in the. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So take your shot.
All right. So I am gonna use an inspiration.
Yeah, damn right.
So you see Harry takes the spyglass, looks at the thing, calculates the distance, checks for wind. He's like, "Oh, it's a cave. There's no wind." And then takes a knee, really braces himself. You can see the sweat coming down, calculating the distance. You can see his geometry mind coming alive because he's making a shot further than the regular 40 feet. And he is going to shoot with the advantage. Or a 42.
All right, with the 42 and the distance and the cover, that is enough. Your bolt sticks to the shard.
And I don't.
So then I look at
don't,
you.
I don't
I'm
move.
Like, shit.
I stand right there,
Yeah, we're probably both like just
looking at
super
it like,
rigid.
okay.
Okay. This deep breaths, like okay. God
And
is
then-
sitting there. Like,
Yeah. And then I'm gonna look at him and go, and it's like, we do want to reel this. We probably should pull this thing fast, right? How sticky is the end of that? Do we want to go slow? Do we want to go fast?
Man, I don't know. It really depends how embedded it is on what it's on, you know.
So
you
then,
can't tell.
yep. So what I'm gonna do to start with, I'm not jerking on it. What I'm gonna try to do is pull the webbing tight.
Just get it taut.
I'm gonna essentially tuck that warhammer so it's tucked up, and I'm gonna wrap my arm around the web, and just pull. Yep, and try to just pull that webbing and just start kind of giving light tugs to see if it move. Get the spyglass out and focus on that shard. I want to know if this thing's moving at all, and just
I'm keeping track with the spyglass, letting him know what's happening with it.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is on side.
He's laughing at our DM's over here laughing at us.
No, not
We're
laughing.
gonna MacGyver this shard.
No, it's just like everyone did basically this, like the same actors. It's like, okay, we're gonna tug it. We're gonna just a little bit of light tugging here. It fucking kills me, guys. We're gonna
Tugging it lightly, then I'm gonna give it a jerk.
Caressing it, giving it a little
I'm gonna
tickle.
spit in my hands.
tracking a little freaking octopus. Mix it up a little bit here, guys. But that being said, you begin to try to drag the shard free. That being said, Koa, give me a strength check.
Yeah, I'm gonna use an inspiration on this one.
Probably would as well.
37.
Nice.
37. You are just barely able to pull this thing free. It is on the ground, but on the webs outside of the stock, it does not seem like the creature has stirred.
How sticky are the sticky parts of this web, Harry?
Exceptionally sticky.
I mean, they're very sticky, but if you pull it in the direction of the river because they went down the river directly to the creature, which means that that path is not sticky because the spiders walked it.
So
That is
then,
accurate.
so then
So
hearing
if you move a little bit
hearing
on
that,
top of the
yep.
river and you pull it from there,
I'm gonna move to here, standing on that rock,
Uh,
and I'm gonna actually take the warhammer and tuck it again underneath the arm, and just the hand over hand, and keeping it straight as absolutely possible. And it's not fast. I'm not moving it fast to start with. I'm trying to keep as little vibration as I possibly can.
go slow, slowly work it in there. You're not too fast in the beginning. Slowly work it. You go too fast, it ruins the party. So what we're gonna do here is, we're gonna. So you're going to give me a strength check again, as you're slowly, basically using your immense strength to slowly work it in there.
Yeah, and I am again. I'm gonna use another inspiration on this because this is big.
Pretty big.
35 this time.
shard. Nice.
Finished BC, so very, very nice there. You begin to slowly pull this thing up, following on the non-sticky path of this web, pulling it up, and you are, at this point, 1 foot away from what looks to be a glowing shard. What do you do?
Like, it's a 1 foot away from my hands right now?
Yes, it's floating. It's on the rope, floating like right above you.
I'm gonna reach for it.
and he's the one that took the shot, so yeah, I'm pulling it over. I'm gonna just drop the actual shard with the web stuck to it into his hand.
Okay, Harry. This is what happens. Do you touch the shard?
I do.
All right.
It's a dream for any Westerner. I'm like,
So,
fuck yeah.
Give me a description of your build and appearance, just your standard appearance.
Well, I like the picture, except now I'm all dirty and my clothes are all
Like
probably
how tall,
soggy.
how much you weigh, kind of thing.
Oh, he's kind of a little bit on the scrawny side. Like he's the kind of guy that looks like he has muscles, but he's just really thin.
Skinny fat kind of thing. You're just like, oh.
Yeah, but he's probably fairly tall.
Okay. All right.
But not like not an athlete. You know, he looks like a nerd. He's a nerd. He has the build of one.
Okay, so Harry, as you touch this stone, let me tell you what you gain. First things first, Koa, you see Harry begins to transform in your very eyes, getting to quickly fill out. You think that you would have gained, I would say, between, I'd say, 7 to 10 pounds of fat, about 30 to 40 pounds of muscle. You would have gained about 3 to 4 inches of height. And you begin to dramatically fill out any kind of defection you have in like your teeth or your skin or your vision will quickly and slowly fade away. You see much more clearer. You're much more hardier. You feel much more healthier. You feel like the best way I can describe it to you is like have Phil chew 5 gum. You know what I'm saying, on the commercials. I mean, you feel different. Like Peter Parker after he got bit by the spider and woke up the next morning. That's how you look, and that's how you feel. You feel different. And with that, this is what you gain. As the shard, and it's kind of what only you can know at this point here. The shard literally becomes embedded in your chest.
Holy shit!
The center of your sternum, as it makes a spot in your chest, and there's a softly glowing rock in the center of your chest, and this is what you see.
I did not know it was gonna work like that.
You gave 41 HP to your max. Your AC increases by 5. You have plus 10 in all your stats. This ignores speed caps. You have plus 40 speed. You heal 10 times faster than a normal human. And once per safe haven res, you can essentially, for the next number of minutes equal to your level, give an additional plus 5 AC, and you get an additional action in combat, in addition to doubling your movement speed.
Oh my god!
Shit!
So Harry, what you notice is that the world seems dramatically slower dramatic. Like people are moving like statues, and it take you it take you a while to actively turn down or turn up your perception of the world, so that way people don't actually turn down your perception. So you be able to process things in a much more normative state compared to everyone else. But everyone naturally at your natural level of perception or your natural level of speed is much slower. Um, you know, your walking speed is comparable to like an Olympic 40-yard dash. Is your but if you really push it by activating the shard, basically you can run about, I would say something like 100 miles per hour or something like that. I mean 150 miles per hour. It doesn't seem real. You seem able to do this fluidly. So unlike most people above table that gain speed, it isn't just speed, it's alacrity. You're able to fully move fluidly at this intense rate of speed. So you're not just like running into walls. You also think as fast, move as fast, breathe as fast. But also, as a side note of this, your metabolism is much faster. Which means
Like
that
the Flash.
which means you need to eat 3 times as much food, and you feel as if your lifespan is only increased by 25 years. So you look dramatically younger as well, too. I forgot that.
Just 25 years. Pish posh. So as Harry takes hold of this and all these Sailor Moon transformation happens, he goes like this, and the shard flies into his chest, and you see all the energy and it plunges into him, and he whips his hair back, and you see his long hair grow longer all of a sudden.
Yeah, do you gotta get haircuts every day? Is all of a sudden in 2 days your hair gonna be to the floor?
I bet it grows much faster than a normal person for sure. Yeah. But like you can see him. All this is happening. And his eyes are huge, and he's like, "Oh, what the fuck is happening to me? I feel so goddamn good."
Dude, you look 12.
Yeah, I look at my hands. I imagine some of the crevices that were there from years of work are just going away. All the calluses are healing. I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? I feel like I'm so young and strong.
Where did the shard even go? Like, it literally just like sunk into his chest, right? Or do you see it?
No, you can still see the tip of it, like just sticking out of his sternum.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like showing you. I'm like, look, what the fuck is this? Have you seen a shard bearer? They were holding their goddamn shards, weren't they?
No. You can just tell because you have that like that shimmer, that like metamorphosis shimmer looking thing. Now you have that. Now the question though is how the fuck are we getting out of here?
In my whole way of thinking that
I don't know, but I definitely feel like I can jump over these rivers now.
When I started my
So you definitely feel like Harry. So you definitely feel like you are at this point superhuman. You don't you are able to go beyond the limits of superhuman. You definitely feel like, whereas Gon struggled. Well, just your base frame. You feel as if you're able to definitely push past some of the limits. And you definitely think, just with your increased intelligence, that if you activated this shard, you could probably just run up the side of the wall. Pretty easy.
Yeah, and I can use the power for 37 minutes. It's a long fucking. I can definitely go all the way back up all by myself, no problem. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. Like, I feel like I can just run all the way out of here. Literally, just run it straight the fuck up, man.
You gotta figure
What's
out
your intelligence at now? I'm scared above him.
My intelligence is 40. My wisdom is 45. Like,
God,
I'm a genius now.
Yeah, you're fucking. Yeah, this is like one of the
IQ of
34 con. Yeah, my base speed is 80 feet. So yeah, if I run, man, I'm really fast.
Yeah, and if you activate the shard, it goes to 160.
Yeah.
Fucking. So do
Well, I
so
mean,
so so the question
I guess
goes.
if you want to run out of here, I mean, we got to still figure out how to get me and
I mean,
Dawn
no,
out
I
of
don't
here.
want to run out of here, but now we have 40 feet of rope that I can just run up there.
Is that going to be enough?
50 feet, I mean. I don't know. We can make more rope. I mean, if we have to stay here a couple days, I have 6 days, well, now 5 days of rations. Gon probably had also some rations. You probably have some rations. You know, if we have to
I
wait,
did
let's
not.
wait.
I was
Let's
not
not
carrying.
be
I was
stupid.
not carrying rations. I had the lamp oil, and I have no
Okay.
rations.
Well,
on
I
me
have
right
some
now.
rations for us,
Let's check
so
Gon's sheet. Let me see here. Let me check Gon. I'm not sure. He probably has at least I hope some. Uh,
I'm sure he had 2 slots of rations.
checking his rations now. Yes, 2 slots. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yes, 3 slots of rations.
Okay.
But keep in mind that you need 3 times the rations.
Yeah. So we spent 1 day, so I fed you that day. So I have 4 rations left. So Gon has 1 ration left. So we can spend another day making rope, just to make sure that we can get out of here safely. I mean, it's worth it. At this point, I don't see us taking stupid risks, you know.
I agree. I just.
Gon is wounded. This isn't really the time
Well,
to.
but the other question becomes: does it make sense? I guess I've never even known how a shard works. Is this something that you think you can just feel like you can just do all the time, or does it?
No, I think I can use this power probably once every time that I'm really well rested.
Okay.
It feels like it's going to require a lot of energy.
Well, but we know because I had this weird inkling that these rivers were moving too fast. Would it make sense for you to get up, get connected with all of our people, and do something up there to get me and Gon out from down here? Because there's a lot more food up there. Because you just ate enough food for fucking 6 minutes. Looked like.
Oh yeah, that's right. That day I'm gonna have 3 rations by myself, so I'm gonna have 1 ration left.
So would it make sense for you to just
Yeah.
get up and get connected with them and try and figure out how to get us, me and Gon, out of here with the rest of our group? Because we don't even know if they're still there. We might not have enough food to get back to the boat, even if that's still there.
I don't think they would abandon us within the day. I think they would attempt something at least, just because Lucette would fucking murder or poison them.
I agree, but that's why I'm saying
She's not gonna let that happen.
maybe it makes sense
So
for
yeah,
you to get out.
I could go up there, let them know that everybody's okay at least, and
because Gon and
how
I can
to
Gon
get
and
back.
Gon and I can last 2 days on the food that we still have down here.
Yeah, and you can still make rope.
I
If
can sit
need
and
be.
absolutely make rope. I can sit and tie a fucking knot. But I wonder that
So-
makes more sense if you feel like you can get out of here. You go get connected and find something out there, because we know there's already 70 feet of rope with that snake skin, and it's not to say that there's not more of that snake skin that you can make rope from up there as well.
Yeah, I don't want to leave you guys alone here. I don't like it, but if both of you agree that this is the best way to help out, then I'll do it.
Gon grunts because he is in pain, in immense pain. He can't think clearly, so he's just grunting. Grunt.
I personally think that's the best
So
way to do it.
I'll leave
'cause-
you my rations though, just in case.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So Harry, what do you do?
So I'm gonna go Super Saiyan and activate the shard, and
All right. When you activate the shard for the first time, what happens? As you activate it, you see that the world begins to So the world is actually very funny, but this time, at this point, I'm not sure. I think it's X-Men of like Futures Past, where like Quicksilver's like pushing stuff that are like as he's running, he's like able to push things slowly around him. So as you quickly begin to activate this, you essentially feel like you have, because you're a scholar, have dramatically overcharged your metabolism to use every ounce of energy it has to your muscles to engage to dramatically push you forward. You think that for your body to be able to do this again, it will require an immense amount of time and energy to regain and recharge its ability. Above table training into, you need to basically rest at a safe haven to actively do this. But in canon, this is what happens. And as you begin to, I assume you get to run. As you begin to run, Koa, you see this man literally just run up the entire. Actually, hold on. As you begin to run, you feel as if you do run at the speed you are going at, to be able to run straight up that it may indeed start a fire because of the amount of friction that you are generating.
Can I, because of the web?
Because of the web.
Can I run? Is there a side of the wall where there's no web, or it just doesn't exist there?
Not funneling, so it's just the wall, but the hole where the waterfall is filled with webs. So there's sections of the wall that
including the waterfall, because at that speed I can run on the water.
So yes, so the running up, yes, but once you get into the hole where the second waterfall is, there is none. But to get to that point, there is web, because if you look at the map here, and just look here. So basically, hold on, where's my arrow? Yeah, arrow, ruler. Alright, so this, including this rock face and a part of the waterfall that's going up, is covered in web. But once you get past here and go into like basically the part that kind of goes down, like the first waterfall, that is totally clear of web. But this one does have web. So you'd have to either run up here and potentially start a fire, which might not be good, or you definitely, but also too, because of how speed works, and speed equals power, and power equals the amount of work being able to be done, you do think that at your current speed, you can just simply push somebody up the wall. Because in order to generate this much speed, you'd have to have the muscle mass and strength to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So because of your speed, you'd be able to produce or output a tremendous amount of work. Which, because you're a scholar, you think that that work could be just pushing people up a wall. But doing it would cause it to be on fire, because you're running it.
Yeah. So Harry is gonna speak really, really fast to you, but he's gonna be like, "Now that I've activated this ability, I think I can actually pick you guys up and run up the wall and just coming back and down. It's gonna start on fire. By the time I come back up the second time, I don't think it's gonna burn us."
Koa's like, in his head, even though he's decently high intelligence, is trying to process those words, and then is like, "Okay, so you want to push us up? How do we get through the waterfall?"
And I'm just gonna say, like this, and I'm gonna grab Gon, and I'm just gonna fucking go. And so my idea is that I'm gonna grab him and run all the way up and just put him on the ledge.
Yeah.
And then run right back down and grab Koa and go straight through whatever fire might have started, or if there's not yet.
You move so fast that the embers are beginning to form, but they haven't even fully caught fire yet. As you go back down, so they just slowly, because you're not thinking move so slow, you can see the embers and sparks beginning to form, but you're moving so fast that the fire isn't even had enough oxygen yet to actively form. It just, the fucking embers are beginning to form now. As you're just running up, running down, and Koa, as you see this guy run up, I mean, this looks like essentially like a beam of light, just zoom.
I imagine when he took off the first time and grabbed Gon, like before my head even turned to register the fact that Gon was going up the wall, I'm getting picked up and going up the wall.
Help! I'm being kidnapped!
Yeah, right?
Where's my mom?
His arms flay
I'm
up for a
holding
second,
them
thinking
by
it's a spider.
the back of their pants and by their head.
So he was like, so at this point here, so cool. You feel as if now that you've got them pretty much up these two waterfalls, you can pretty much just carry them, and at your current speed, you don't think that anything would actually be able to actually catch up to you to actually do.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So I tell Koa, I'm like, I'm gonna run Gon outside, and I'm gonna bring him all the way to the to the cart, drop him there, and just leave immediately without saying anything, and go back and pick up Koa and do the same thing.
All right. With that, the party is victorious.
We didn't fucking die.
Man, I thought we were gonna be so
I thought we were goners.
so fucking dead. I thought about this all week.
Oh.
What are we gonna do? Can we walk like I was researching? How do you walk over spider webs? And I was like, all the rolls to make it all the way there, man. Can you imagine? No fucking way.
So I imagine like you drop me and you're still like, you know, that like shimmer of
I'm
Quicksilver,
fucking
right?
buzzing like woo!
So Koa's gonna be like that was amazing. Because everything's processing so slow.
And also, little too, because you're running fast here, you do think that in this like dust-filled area, that if you ran fast enough, you could potentially start a tornado.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like that fucking snake was doing to us.
Yeah.
You literally just run in a circle and just generate a tornado and just say, zoop,
Yeah.
run out. But you got the party gains 20,000 experience points.
Holy smokies. Okay.
As you,
Is Guinevere and Okoye, wait, where are they at?
I'm gonna go tell them if they're not out. I'm gonna run and get them.
let me actually tell you guys what. Let me bring everybody back on the map. Hold on, because this is a whole thing. Because it's been like basically 2 days. This is gonna be crazy. Hold on a second.
Make some rolls on what they did.
No, I got that. I got that figured out. All right. So,
My God,
Harry,
the levels.
as you are basically coming back up here, you see that Lucette is in full armor, with a frying pan in her hand, a helmet on, and she has a ladle as well too, and a pot lid, and she is literally geared up, ready to rock and roll. And you see Okoye is basically trying to hold her back in slow motion. You can't save him like this. You're just going to like, you can't save him. You're just going to die. And he's holding him back, and she's literally like actively like trying to hit him with the thing. He's blocking because he's not a fighter, but he's like, stop. Trying to hit me. You're going to die. Go there by yourself. And you see basically. Guinevere is trying to make a rallying speech to try to get everybody else to go, because you definitely see that Esmond is not going for it. Chulin said, you want us to do what? You want us to go down a waterfall in a dark cave and potentially try to save somebody, and we don't know where it is? You're fucking out of it. And then Rashida's gonna wake up and say, and y'all just fucking left me?
He wouldn't know. He wouldn't know.
No. He wouldn't know. But Guinevere would definitely tell him that, hey, you're weak. It's strong. You got put to sleep, and we would have fucking left her ass there if the other people didn't leave. So he wouldn't know until Guinevere said he was weak and he needed to get his weight up. And now he's like, y'all just fucking left me to go night sleep up there? I ain't going. Until they turn around, and then Lucette's like,
who the fuck was that? What animal is coming out at us now?
It's like, what is that? Because like Harris is carrying like the light. It's literally like almost like a beam of light, just pew 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 pew, just traveling through. Because that's what they don't, because he doesn't travel faster than light. and he's not as fast as sound, of course, but he's obviously
He moving.
you are very, 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 very fast, and people can't track you by just the speed of their eye. And what do you do? Like, because it does last for a long. Like, you're like, wow, this is a long time to be in this mode. You're
Yeah.
30
Can does it turn off or does it just run its course?
Not turn. Just activate.
Oh man, so yeah, so like for 37 minutes then I'm like super fucking hyper, can't calm down. I have all this energy. I imagine like honestly people can't even really understand me when I talk. Like it just comes out like even when I try to slow down.
Speak 10 times faster than basically a normal person.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna write notes like, I'm okay. This is crazy. We found a shard. This power is insane. There's just too much of it.
There's a hair just writing full-length novels at 30 seconds. Like,
There's just fucking notes flying out.
it's like, what is going on? But Okoye is sitting there. He's like, listen, we're gonna find Gon. We're gonna get this shit right. And then you just see Gon appear beside him. What are you doing here? He just sees Koa again. What the fuck are you doing here? How did you guys get here? And what is that? You can point behind.
So we found a shard.
A what?
He absorbed it.
It's not a card?
A shard.
You mean like a real shard?
Yes. And then I'm gonna like, as he's buzzing around, I'm gonna just kind of step in front of him and put my hands out to make him stop, even though he's vibrating like crazy, and just grab the front of the armor and pull it open so you see the little point of the shard sticking out of his chest. Yes, a piece.
The shard just vibrating.
A piece of the shattered one. That's the only reason we made it out of there alive.
So Guinevere would immediately take out her sword and bow down on one knee like at night. So those that gain shard immediately are basically lords in the Western kingdoms. If you have a shard in the West, you are immediately considered a lord. Immediately. And you get to your own basically house. So Guinevere essentially bows down on one knee and recognizes your lordship. And along with the door too, Lucette whistles. What do you get, little? And she looks at. She's like, "Wow." Yes. She would literally pause, slap your butt, because you definitely did not have all those like that.
Plus 10 strength, plus 10 charisma, just that alone.
No,
like, oh my god, that's a new man.
The Constitution's what's gonna do it later on.
Oh, yeah. Now I can go on and on.
Open fucking this morning. That cake factory wasn't open yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So this guy, you literally like you were just, but. The key thing is it's a perfect balance. So you know how like those like weightlifting look unnatural? This is like the absolute peak of what you could look like at any given time at your current age of appearance. The absolute peak. There are no weaknesses. Basically eliminates all weaknesses. So you literally just look like that guy. You also get like 4 inches. So I'm not sure how tall you were before. But I assume you're over 6 feet now, so you're just like big.
Well, now he's over, definitely over 6 foot.
now he's eye to eye with Gon and Koa.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Where before he was definitely a little shorter. Now he's a little over or about the same level. Yeah.
What's going on, man? You guys work out? You guys work out, man. I've been in the gym lately.
Can you tell me where the gym is? I'll find it.
And food, because after a minute.
Oh yeah, now Lucette is gonna be the best thing ever. She's gonna love me. I'm just gonna love her food so much more now. She gets to cook more.
So this is something true that like you don't know until after you basically activate your shard. But basically, not even activated, and it would have slowly cooled down and things like that to now you're like normal full speed. You are starving. Like not like wow, I can kind of eat. Like you feel like you're like like a Holocaust survivor, literally like just freed.
I've been eating for days.
Days you are starving. You feel like you can eat everything, and you feel like you will not be satiated until you eat basically at least 10 times the amount of food you normally eat today. So it goes up from 3 to 10. you need a substantial amount. You need basically fucking like 25,000 calories. Um,
Uset,
Yeah.
I understand you're armored up with a pot lid and a pan ready to go running into this thing, but we are safe. He needs to eat.
Yeah, I'll be like, I'm starving, babe. Oh my god, I could eat your whole kitchen.
she would literally throw a lid at you and said, "You almost died, you fucking idiot."
Ah, a life of almost is a life of never. Now, let's eat.
All right, she says, "Okay, well, let's take our 15-minute break first before you eat." As we take our 15-minute break, as the party indeed is victorious and made it through, but will they make it through leaving now, or will they try to go push their luck and go get the chest and potentially die a horrible death? We'll see. I don't know. we shall see in 15 minutes. And we're back. Wing Val is in the building. Wing Val is in the building. Repeating wings as we continue this. That being said, we pick up with the party coming down from well, one of the party members coming down from a very high as the party gained a shard and 20,000 experience points.
Whew.
A lot of experience points. I think that's the most you guys have ever gained so far.
Yeah.
In one
Easily.
go, yeah, I think so. It's an insane amount. Yeah, there's so many level ups to do.
Oh god, it's nuts.
I think you guys are like
Oh yeah,
4 or 5.
5 right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, I think we need to. We should pack this thing up. Let's get this meal in you. Let's pack this thing up. Let's get back to the boat. I mean, we got Gon here. He's got Gon has a broken leg. We're gonna have to get him rested up and healed.
Yeah.
Guinevere, I know, still has some, which it reminds me, and I'm gonna pop the health pot and basically force feed Guinevere to take it to get her good to go for the trip back. So she'll get
it's been a full day. So she has her warrior's rest. She went back up to the thing. It's been a full day and a half.
Yeah, we
Okay.
slept there a night.
Okay.
We spent a night down there.
You got full HP.
But I think we get this meal in us. We pack up. We get ourselves hitting to the boat. Get our rest in. We can decide from there with the rest of the group. You know, give them the lowdown because we don't have a ton of coin right now to split with the crew that thought they were getting 60,000 coins. So we can at least have the conversation with them about what we
Unfortunately,
found.
there's nothing to show for.
Well,
Harry's like, I got a lot. I don't know about you guys, but I'm.
Yeah.
it's not that there's not something. I mean, we have all those trinkets and stuff we found on the way here that Guinevere found with her, but it's not the 60,000. So we're gonna have to decide. You know, we don't want a bunch of defectors just jumping ship thinking we're not doing something for them. So we're gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's get back to the boat first. We can kind of work it out from there and decide what we want to do. We're not that far from the coinage, and we get a good night's rest. Who knows what can happen after that?
Yeah, we'll see.
Let me take you guys back to the Dithra map of the hill.
We're gonna eat, and we are gonna freaking load up and hit the damn road. Get our way back.
Yeah.
You guys see yourself on the map?
It's coming. There it is.
No rush, no
Yep.
rush.
Nice.
Sweet. Hells yeah.
Folks out. Yeah, I like so I've been playing the both table. I've been playing some like Pathfinder 2 against the Boundary, and all of the monster tokens have that like 2.5 isometric kind of like. So you look at it, it pops outside of the token itself. I love that shit, man. I love
That's
it.
cool.
But so you know what the boat is. And what did you guys name the boat? The Crimson Dawn or the Judgment or something like that? What did y'all name the boat again?
It was the
Oh my god.
Judgment or
The
something?
Dawn Threader? No, that wasn't it.
no.
I
It was. I think it was the Dreadnought, but I can't remember now. Gon has it written in on his thing.
Yeah.
Let me check the handy dandy notebook.
I don't know if he made a sheet with it or if it's somewhere in his notes.
No, because Cole had the inventory for the thing, but I don't think it has a name. Let's see.
We just have it as Dawn Shadow. Dawn Shadow. That's what it is.
Okay, Dawn Shadow. There we go. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, it's the boat he did make.
Yeah. Dawn Shadow. Alright, okay. Let me give you a control over this. Go by all. Boom. This thing, you guys. Alright. You guys are here. And let me put them cleared.
And we are
on
going
this
to here.
Okay. This is about 9 days away. You guys are traveling through. It's pretty rough as you guys try to get up here. So, that being said, in this tile here, you basically cleared the major predator in this area, which was the two-headed serpent. So you guys aren't rolling any checks to get out of here. That thing was, you think, essentially was the apex predator of that tile and was just hunting. Fucking. So there's no. I'm a big. So it's kind of a little bit from OSR, but this is kind of the thing I want to talk about for a little second. Is that if somebody clears the apex predator area, having infinitely rolling walls seems ridiculous to me personally. Like you saw what someone like so I can just like stand on a tile and just spawn camp enemy spawns. That seems a little ridiculous to me. I'm like, it's a little game. If you kill the guy,
It's like you kill the boss level, then you turn around and there's some fucking goblins. Like, come on,
it's like
get that shit out of here.
You kill the goblin boss. 2 days later, another one appears. And that was my cousin, dog. It's like, okay, it can't be infinite bosses. But also that fact, it's going to take you some time to get through here, though. It's going to take you at least 3 days to leave that tile. So please subtract the food and give me a D100 for the golden nodes. So it's going to take 3 days. So it's going to be 148 to 151. Day 151.
98.
Golden nodes, dog.
Oh.
Give me 1 second here. Give me 46.
15.
Okay. 15 trinkets. Worth 75. 15 trinkets worth 75 CP each.
Okay.
Alright, I need 2 more of those for the 2 other days.
So 2 more hundreds.
Yep.
Roll them up, Harry.
Take the next one.
I'm gonna do some math here. Roll both of them. I'm gonna have to do a little math.
Oh, 59.
Okay.
Not bad.
That doesn't trigger the nose though. One more.
And 72.
That just barely triggered the golden nose.
Woo!
Alright, give me let me see here. Give me 46.
46.
Alright.
Nice. 19.
You find 19 trinkets worth 35 CP each.
And with
now-
the decrease in the number of rations and food we have with us, our cart is now full.
Alright, and you would have left that tile now. It's going to take you 2 days to leave this tile here, as you're basically going from mountainous to large hills, but it still isn't in the soft hill. You're still in the large hill area. So now, but this tile here, you can indeed get into some shit. So please give me your first D100. Your job. No more less than 25.
Sorry, I'm doing math if you want to roll it up. I'm getting all this
All
stuff
right,
taken
I'll
off.
take it.
Roll it. No less than 25.
32. That's above 25.
There you go. Golden Nose is not triggered, but still very nice. No encounter. Day 152. Alright, give me another D100. Very nice. Golden Nose does trigger. Give me a 46.
2 weeks.
19.
Alright.
And we had 9 people with us?
You have. I will take you. You have. I can take you back to the camp. Hold on.
Yeah, everybody was there.
We're on camp. Let me take you back there.
I'm just trying to. I'm making sure I'm getting all of everything.
You're good. Yeah, this is a lot of math.
I count for 3 though now.
I know.
Yeah, he does
That's why it's a lot of math, because I had the math set in here for our exact crew, and so I gotta add the pieces to it. 2,
It's 10.
4,
Yeah.
6,
It's 10.
8. So it's 10.
Right, yes, right. 10.
Okay. And so
Plus
10.
2 more for that'd be.
So it's
So we're really
12
like
it's
12 people.
Yeah, 12 total people. So this food is gone here. Okay. No.
Oh, and I left.
Sorry.
I had 5 rations on me, so you can add that back to the pot.
Okay.
That make them up.
Group.
All right.
Perfect. And then I got rolled 19 on that. So 19 trinkets worth 75 each.
Yes, sir.
So we have to decide if. Hold on. Nope. I can stick some in my pockets because every time food comes out of the cart, it's getting replaced by these trinkets.
Crickets is like, oh yeah, because it's like 12 at a time. Yeah. That's nice though. That's nice because that means you're earning money as you're traveling away from the money store.
Yeah, exactly.
Keeping people happy at least.
Yeah, people are like, hey, we're making money. So whenever you're just
Well,
finding like
all of as when we get back, all of the XP that's gonna come from this is gonna. When we sell the
that's
trinkets
gonna be
and
a
all
lot too, man. Oh Christ, yeah.
you guys have a metric system.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's at least like 100, at least, if not 200.
Trinkets?
The trinket? Yeah, that's a lot.
It's pushing like it's gotta be like that metric shit ton. All right. Give me
So we're on the next tile now. That was 2 rolls,
yeah.
right?
And now this one for these here, you can so then it's just one more day, because you can clear these 2 tiles in a single day, and then you'll be on the boat.
Awesome.
So give me another D100. Don't roll less than 25.
93.
Day
Oh
1.
my God.
Another golden
Killing
nose.
it.
Golden nose does trigger. All right, you 46.
13. This one's low.
13 trinkets at 75 CP.
Oh my. 204 trinkets before these 13, so that's 217 trinkets we found. And that doesn't count.
Damn.
That doesn't count the 4 trinkets that we found in the cave. The superheated eggs that could be worth money, the lion's pelts, this.
I mean, you guys have been basically on the way back. I mean, it was like a 9-day trip basically on the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. You know, like 7. Because I think the reason it was a 9-day before because you guys returned from though. There we go. There, you guys are officially back on the boat. And as you guys get back on the boat, I'm gonna take some back because it's been basically 3 weeks. Let me tell you what happens as you get back on the boat. I gotta find the right map for it. Post maps. Thank God for Roll20 making actual folders. Oh my God, I've been playing this for 2 years, literally, on camera. They don't have fucking folders. But now we're back. Wait, is the right? Okay. So as you guys get back on the boat, Sophia is going to tell you a tale. Tale of the fact that now I can tell you, you got robbed. Dun dun dun. Now, Koa.
Okay.
Please, she would tell you that she did get robbed. Now, she would have offered something that would be readily available. She didn't get robbed everything, but some pirates did come through, and while she could have definitely maneuvered them and outrun them, they had her basically 4-1. And if the boat went down, all are going down. So she says, so she would have gave something of significant value. So I will say this to you, because you know more than me. What is something that is readily available that she would have traded that would have appeased a pirates that had a pirate crew of 4 boats strong that would not basically try to press gang them into slavery?
What would have been readily available on the actual ship at that point in time would have been. We honestly didn't come with a ton, but the barrel of rum, the 50-gallon barrel of rum.
Okay. And
the only other thing that would have been readily available on the boat that I could have seen her that they could have wanted, there were 4750 CP worth trinkets that we had found on the actual boat ride here. So it'd have been about 2350 copper worth of trinkets.
They would have taken that in the rum.
Okay.
They would have robbed any. So Sophia has some coins on her too. She always keeps at least 1,000 on her, CP on her just for times like this. So she would have gave 1,000 CP for her life, and life of her crew, along with the 47 trinkets. Which is basically just goods, and then the rum. That would have been sufficient.
An oversized tricorn hat.
All right.
She would have traded the hat. That ain't going nowhere. But
It's the one that Koa had. It's literally on his bedpost.
Your. I thought you meant her. Oh yeah.
No,
for her,
mine.
I mean,
Mine.
oh, no, they probably wouldn't. I mean, because she has one too. I was like, her hat ain't going nowhere. Yes. So your 47 trinkets are gone.
Okay.
Well, let's go. So you have dramatically gained a lot. More trinkets, so more room for that.
Yep.
But as you guys are back now, the boat is okay. No monsters attack. You guys are right by the coast. Sea monsters usually don't attack. Are not very coastal creatures. There's just not enough food. So creatures that would attack a boat are definitely going to attack out the coast. That's more of a pirate thing. It only happened once in the several weeks you guys are out. But they're not trying to press gang them, which is good. But now you have to back on a boat. So what do? And they're actually back in safe haven.
I would say first and foremost, spread out the loot that is here, just to show them. Okay, here's what we found on our little travels. But the bigger thing is what we came for was not there.
You see Jesus say, "Man, what the fuck do you mean it wasn't there, Holmes?"
Well,
So what did y'all find?
Harry?
Well, it was one of two locations, and they told us that this is the one that they thought was the chest, and so we went with it. So the chest was in the second location, most likely. But having been wounded and poisoned, we decided to come back here and
Who is this?
get back our strength.
Hey,
This is Harry.
Hey. His cousin? Barry?
I'm like, what? You don't recognize me?
We found a shard.
We
You
did
found a
find
shard?
a shard of power. Yes.
Okay, I'll take that as payment.
You better.
So I'm
try
gonna
to-
show him my chest and be like, if you try to take this out of me, I'll take your life as payment.
It looks
I
at you.
don't think it can come out.
You 100% think that the thing embedded in your sternum cannot come out outside of like surgery.
Definitely.
or just immediately like death.
Probably has like tendrils inside wrapped around my fucking spine or something.
Definitely think it instinctively. If this thing is removed from you, if you think the thing is removed from you without you freely giving it to someone, you would die, 100%. But also, two, you also know with several days kind of spending some time with this thing, too, that now that you have a shard, your body is changed to that way. Your body that you cannot survive without a shard. So if somebody did, like, let's say, like, knocked you out and took the shard from you, your body would not function. Though, someone could, if you have more than one shard, you can still function. But you have to have at least one shard to function effectively. Your body would shrivel up and die.
It's like being cut from the source and like Wheel of Time, you just lose
you're
interest in life, everything is dull and you can't feel anything anymore.
It's like that, Iron Man with the freaking heart, the arc with the arc reactor on his chest like that, powering his heart while preventing the bullet fragment going to his heart. It's just like that. You feel like without this thing pumping energy into your being, or what this is now, you would just cease to exist because the changes are so dramatic, and last for so long that you have a different physiology at this point. As a scholar, you instinctively know this at this point.
Jesus, the idea here being, as you can see, Gon broke his leg in this little endeavor. He needs a little time to heal. we did get something very, very, very valuable that is embedded in our friend's chest here. But we are not that far from the secondary location that originally was told to us to be a shard. So the thought process is to hang in the boat for a little bit, get some people healed up, and then if it makes sense, we take the extra 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-day journey beyond where we were to that secondary location for the treasure.
It's probably, even though it's a little further, we're not gonna be in Rocky Mountains, right?
You won't be in Rocky Mountain. It's
We
just
will
like-
be?
No. Are you clear of any mountains? It's just hilly parts here and there, which may take more movement, but there's no mountains here. No mountains at all. You just, if you go this way, you won't be. Though keep in mind, the further south you go in this area here, there are different things and creatures that live in this area that you were warned about, that are very dangerous. To be very careful. It's a reason why you guys decided to go hang close to the mountain here, but you were told specifically that there are creatures that hang out in these wastes here that you do not want to fuck around with. Especially
That's why I'm saying, if we take the same path, it's 9 days to where we were, and
Yeah, we
another
could.
6, 7, 8, 9 days to the location on the map that was the second spot. So, or we get what we got right now back to Dithra or Mariposa, or I mean, for that matter, we could set sail for that 3 weeks and go back to. And as a player, that place is slipping my mind, but
Oh yeah, what was it?
Bondo?
Carissa?
I think Carissa was the one.
Or
we can go
Cabando,
back to
yeah, one of
Cabando.
those.
Larissa or Commando, one of the two.
Yeah.
Cabando,
we
we
Oh, you guys
are
paid
wanted.
Nice.
Oh no, we're not wanted anymore. Didn't we deal with that?
We did.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we could set sail for that 3 weeks, 4 weeks time frame to get there, resupply, get things sold.
Do we have enough food to be here another 3 weeks?
As of right now, what is on the boat with your
And back.
increased metabolism,
Yeah, exactly.
we have about 40 days of food. 45.
So-
No,
so
more than that.
nowadays-
We had 72 days. We had 51 days of regular food and 21 days of great meals on the boat for the crew of 17.
Hmm.
But hold on, I gotta take 9
Okay.
days off of the regular food. I gotta take. Hold on. I gotta take 6 days off of regular food for our travel time. So we actually only have 45 days of regular food for the crew of 17, which is a little less than that with your triple metabolism.
Yeah, because it's a crew of 19, really.
The crew of 19 now.
So okay, so you have like 40. Let's say 40 days, right?
Basically,
Alright, so-
40 days of food. Well, we have 40 days of regular food and
20
18 days of.
So like
18 days
it's
of
tight.
great
We
meals.
have to find a little bit more food, I think, because we can do the trip there and back, probably. But then it's on the boat. Going back home on the boat, we'll have nothing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which is why. But the thing is if what I will say is if we take these trinkets, and Dithra, I don't think is gonna have any use of these lion. He lays out the lion pelts and kind of flips the incisors out, sets the superheated eggs out. Like, you really think anybody in Dithra is gonna pay us dick for this?
No, not in Dithra. Not for that stuff. Sarissa had everything. The docks were crazy.
That's
People
why.
could buy that there.
Do we head out there? Do we set sail and just fucking pound out to get there?
I think we should do like a vote amongst the crew. See what everybody thinks. If they want to go through the trouble of having this second trip. For those on the boat, it's taking the chance of being attacked again.
He would say absolutely not. I'm good. He would say. I think that going through those wastes again was exceptionally dangerous, and I almost died like 90 million times. And that was, and honestly, he would say, we didn't even fight that much stuff. Now, if we go to the Warren, the Kobold Warrens, I'm not sure how deep those things are, how much stuff we have to fight, and how tight those things are.
And I will say, not knowing how much these eggs are worth, we've made, just on this trip, besides the shard, a little over 14,000 copper.
Right. And he would also say as well, too, that if we did want to go to Dithra, there's also the pirate rock quest, too, of the guy that was basically stationed on the gigantic rock down there and think he was king of the castle. We knocked that guy out. We could possibly even get another boat.
You are not wrong.
Yeah. And a castle.
Yeah, and a base.
You are not wrong.
I mean, said they're probably one of the most trained. They're pirates. Well, we are also not the most trained. We have a shard bearer now, right? They're like people of legend.
Sure do.
You know, I mean, now some of us may die, but I'm pretty sure they probably don't have 61,000 copper pieces worth of stuff, but they probably have boats. Even if it's the smaller boats, like we don't have to kill all of them. We gotta kill the big guy.
Yeah. What was his name? I gotta. Juna, right?
Yep.
I don't see why. I mean, the fact is, we could sell all these trinkets off in Dithra without a problem. It's just these lion pelts and the incisors, these eggs that we don't even know the cost of right now. That I'm pretty sure. I mean, we got plenty of room. They don't take up that much space on the boat just for that. So going to Dithra and maybe hitting up Pirate Rock on the way through and seeing what we got. Kind of like that idea. Now, just remember, we will be gone for, and with my medical knowledge, that is not truly medical knowledge, it's probably 6-7 weeks of him before he's fully healed.
Correct. So, I would say
It's been one.
So yeah, it's been a week.
And I don't even think you can consider it a week because he's still in a makeshift. Like, until we got to the boat, I didn't have supplies to do anything.
He was just jangling in the fucking caravan. It's not really good rest. But still, it went from 7 to 8 weeks to, let's say, 6 to 7. I said 2 months originally, so that makes sense. The main thing is, Okoye would agree and say, so should we just wait in Dithra for a couple of months? Because if we do travel across the sea and we go against pirates or our sea monsters, whatever, when we want one of our strongest there available to fight.
I think so. I think.
Oh yeah. So going to Sarissa would be too dangerous. You think?
I think right now.
Too bad. That would be the perfect time for us to spend the time building the guild base we wanted to make there.
We got infinite time. As long as we don't die, there's no time.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing. Yes, but we also have to buy the land. We have to buy the materials. We have to buy the supplies. And the way that we're sitting right now, even with selling all this off, we're only sitting about 40,000 copper. That would take everything we have, if not more.
All right.
That's why we were going after the treasure.
3 base sounds better then.
I think
we can,
let's go. Let's hit Pirate Rock on the way back into Dithra. Let's take. They said 3-4 ships. The way I saw you run up a wall, you can run across water too, right? Like, let's just fucking go kick this dude's ass and fucking take his shit.
I can certainly take one of the days of voyage to test it out. I'm a scholar. I want to know the limits of this thing. So every day that I have access to it and that like we're safe and I haven't used it in that day, I'm gonna fucking spend it just to be like, okay, what can I do with this?
But keep in mind that it takes you 10 rations to use that again.
Oh, it's the extra food after. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, so you to eat a lot. You feel like, wow, why are our rations going down?
So unless we find like some form of free ration, then I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna burn through our stuff.
You could go 2 days. Like, wow, it's been like 2 days left for food.
But I am gonna start experimenting with growing food mushroom and to make like mushroom food pills.
So you actually eat
Just like big, dense, dehydrated mushroom packs, like
a massive ball of mushroom like this. Is like, okay, this is a very calorie dense mushroom. meal.
Yeah.
Super
Yeah,
calorie.
so-
this is like 3 rations.
It's like 2 years.
So does everybody concur? We'll head towards Zedra and we'll hit this Juna
Yeah.
on the way through. Take care of that. I mean, because that's also gonna. I was saying that's gonna give us another about 1,000 copper, if not a little more, from Rodrigo when we get back as well.
It's probably all kind of loot there too. So
I think it splits the location for us at this point, that this is a place that we'll just be able to take over.
you can make your base there as well too.
And I'm sure nobody
Yeah.
will bother us if we use that as a base, as long as we're not doing what this guy's doing and tolling people to get through.
Exactly.
It was,
So
pretty, it was
y'all-
a pretty smart idea.
We could though go to Mariposa and Zedra and tell them, hey, we've taken over this location. If you guys give us an annual fee, we'll make sure to keep pirates out of your waters. Because now we're
That's
the
always
gatekeepers.
That's always a business venture, but let's take it over first and see where that takes us.
Let's cross that line when we get there. All right. Okay.
All those in
All right.
favor, aye. And
We
I
got
hope all
plans.
17 hands go up.
Yeah, this is a potential base to make more money and potentially loot there as well too. They would agree. They would say I would like to rest in the boat for a full day before I continue. I am tired. And I would like to rest in a nice bed that does not rock in this sand in my butthole. I want to take a shower.
I agree.
With
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
yeah. So they like to spend the day. So rolling.
I imagine we've got fucking sand everywhere. It's been 2 weeks out there.
God,
Yeah.
dude, everyone smells like wet booty oils and sandy cheeks. It's just like. And you guys have to access the sea. Lucette is handing out bars of soap like Bibles by Mormon people. Just like, you get a bar of soap. You get a bar of soap.
I reset up the little platform off the side of the deck with the holes in it and the gravity fed water for the shower.
Like gravity fed, there bamboo fucking hand nozzles there. You kind of dive into the freaking the sea. Yeah, I mean, if you guys like the shower, you definitely can. Lucette bullies Jesus into taking a shower. He doesn't really believe in him, but Lucette just bullies him into taking a shower because he smells and he represents the crew. But everyone takes a bath, of course. And Lucette, here you would see, is definitely like on your arm. She definitely is. She was attracted to you before, but this is like another. She was attracted to your mind and your personality. She's like attracted to you like physically on a different level before. Like before, you're like, oh, he's kind of cute. He's like cute in a really quirky way, and it's like, no, he looks like a fucking football quarterback superstar. I want him to bear my children so we can have strong fucking Western Eastern hybrids. Take
Hey,
over the game.
Lucette, remember that when you're in the shower, the slapping gets louder.
Lucette would not care, especially she would wait until the privacy because she has her own room. She'd wait until the privacy of her own room, but Harry Trudeau immediately that the first night you back on the boat, someone's not getting any sleep. Immediately, no sleep at all. She literally says dinner's gonna be done a little early, so she wouldn't even cook mighty meals. She's just like, here's food, done. Drapes Harry, gone. It's just the food it's not as good as what it was previously. But for whatever reasons, Harry's off doing his thing with Lucette. So I'll turn this to Koa now as Harry's on bump chicken wow wow woohoo with Sim style with Lucette. Unless he objects, of course. And yeah, we'll go to
he would for sure. He thought he was gonna fucking die down there and never see her again. So yeah.
He's like I want to test a theory. Let me just activate my shard.
Let's see how many times
how much
we can.
friction I can create.
Oh God.
I need a lubrication on my feet.
Super lube.
Like that, or somebody getting fucking.
Now that's where your scholar in alchemy need to go.
Yeah. Maxed out alchemy. He's like, dude, I need to handle fucking 100 miles.
Zero resistance lubricant. There you go.
Zero friction. Like, I'm trying to aerodynamic. But regardless of that, Cole, what are you doing as the party? Because I assume at this point, the crew is holding what is like a little. The best way I can describe like a little party, like it's making iron boxes. They're not worried about food. But Lucette would use them. Even though it's not the best meal, she would use the excess to make people, happy, excited. She would kind of throw up streamers, things like that, because no one died.
Yeah, amazingly.
Surprisingly, seriously, wow.
I mean, I would definitely, like, first things first, like kind of before the party and stuff, I'm gonna take the time to fully set Gon's leg, grab a couple of planks from the ship supplies, make a true splint that wraps up around the top of his, up around his hip, like ask Guinevere for the leather strappings and everything to attach it, so it's almost like a full leg brace that'll hold everything intact.
Right.
Kind of a makeshift crutch, so at least if he does need to walk anywhere, he's not just stuck laying down. And then I think just kind of the whole experience for him with everything is sort of starting to hit him now, like this could have really been the end, and I think he's going to take the time to reflect, but what he does with it is he sits down and starts carving on his silverware. That the wood that he, like, it's almost like a nervous tick for him is what it looks like if anybody were to truly take the time to try to study him. Like, it's just he's in it. Yeah, because it's you can tell, like, the hand motions with the way that he's carving, he's not even thinking about what he's doing. It's his mind's in some other place. But yeah, he's just kind of off by himself, like probably a small, a glass of water, or if there's any meat or anything that was made by Lucette, he probably sipping on that as he's doing it. And
so you would see as well too that Guinevere is actually making patches for all of you guys as well too. It won't be done very soon, but she would hand Harry the first patch, which is an actual symbol of a shard you can put on your robe, because you're official. You're a lord now. 100% confirmed you are a lord.
Yeah, because she really believes in that stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna put it on the duster that she made me.
Yeah, and also too, if you ever go to the Western Empire, you'll be officially recognized as a lord, and you'll be given land by the people, as if so you're a full lord, landowner like that, and like servants, the whole shebang of it. Because it's like
Yeah, but I bet it comes with a leash, so
100%. It's like the it's like people in tech. Like the mercenaries in tech is like, you want to come work for us? We have this and this and this. It's like a gathering people, like it's called, like a certain term. Like people gather all the smart people up in one area to work for them, because it's like if you have all the smart people, then your competition doesn't have all the smart people, or it's like a brain drain or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, they do that. But still, they recognize you as Lord. So, Whittaker would ask you your last name, because she would, from now on, just call you Lord whatever your last name would be.
Lord McLean.
Lord McLean. There you go. They would call you Lord McLean. And she would like.
I would ask her not to, but I imagine she'll insist. But it still bothers me. Every time she says it, it just grates him like, ugh.
Also, Ulrich would also call you Lord McLean as well too. Other Western as well too.
The other alchemist?
Yeah, he's also Western as well too. He would also
He
call
is a Westerner, yeah.
he would call you Lord McLean as well too. I do believe in the try to win it, especially as a lord and a knight on the quest. Even though whether you want to be on the quest or not, they recognize you as the lord. So they would also do this all too. She would start handing out all of you patches. Okoye is like, we got a shard bearer. It's a wrap. I don't know anyone that has a shard bearer. I don't know any crews that has a shard outside of like, the admirals and because he still think you guys are like crews.
The issue though, Okoye, I think with having a shard bearer in your presence all the time is it's not like you can tell that they have a shard, so it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, because then they want to take your shard, right? And also above table side note, actually, okay, I'll get to that next moment. Okoye, no, this is really, really important story to me. But anyway, Okoye would say yes, and those shard bearers are dangerous. I've seen people that had more than one shard. It's like superhuman.
So we just gotta be a little careful here to make sure we don't piss off the wrong people. I
mean, you can still kill a shard bearer, not unkillable. But once you have more than one shard, it's a dramatic, like, what I understand, it's a dramatic increase. And Harry, you feel as if you have 4 more of these things, you'd be like Neo in the Matrix. It would literally, like, you'd be above and beyond what, like right now you're like basically like at like atomic level peak human, maybe a little bit above that, but it's exponential. So if you had 10 of these things, you'd be fucking like, I don't know, like Iron Man strong, like lifting buildings and stuff like that, stuff over. You're not unhittable or like impervious to damage, but it's like you need a much more and more stronger force to kill you. And then once you get like the Iron Emperor, where she had 300 of them, you need literally like world cataclysm level fucking. Yeah. You need like fucking, anyway, if you get plus 10, imagine plus 300. No, plus 3,000 to all of your stats.
Yeah.
Compared to a normal person that has like 20. You're fucking walking around like sneeze, and fucking whoops a fucking tornado, a fucking it's like Superman. But very outside of her. Anyway, that being said, Okoye would say we need to be careful, and Harry also. I mean, as much as he thought he may need to find allies from his people, because at least they'll protect him. We can't really protect him. We have one boat. We need allies that will actually not stab him in the back. And if he stabs with this, he has no connection to the south, to the north, or the east. He may actually need to go west and find allies and cultivate his base there, or cultivate bases with Westerners here that can actually support him and actually, give him protection, because he has a shard. No one's outside of the zealot types. I wouldn't trust anybody. Outside of maybe you, Gon, and maybe Guinevere. I think Guinevere trusts him because of the whole holy thing. He says, outside of people like zealots and us, I wouldn't trust him. I mean,
that's why we keep it low for now. We use it when we need it.
Once we get to town, it's not a secret anymore.
It is if he stays on the boat.
If I wear the duster with the hood, is it still visible?
No. But the problem is that if you go to town, everyone knows on the boat we have a shard. And like any secret, once more than know, it's not a secret.
Oh, you're saying because everybody else would be like, hey, we got a shard type of a thing.
Somebody's gonna get drunk and blab or...
Yeah, like... Probably wouldn't shout it out, but it only takes one person eventually to say, "Hey, man," or to chat up a girl that there's, works like hey baby, what are you doing like that?
I just work for a shard bearer.
I'm just that guy, I have a shard and stuff like that. We have boats and stuff, we slay dragons and stuff. That's the main thing is that people know, and once more than 2 people know, it's not secret.
Yeah. You're not wrong. I mean, we got to be careful from the start, and yes, we are going to need. This is big. This is different. This is not anything I've ever experienced. We're going to have to. We got to. That base, that guild, establishing ourselves where people don't necessarily know us, where we can tiptoe around a few things.
It would be really useful.
It's gonna be imperative quick, but to the same
keep us
token,
protected.
To the same token, that little island, just like Captain Red and his crew, they seem to have that thing on lock with enough people. I mean, this island might be a little stronghold for now here, so I kind of like. I definitely like that idea. I think that's the next step. We go take Juna and we kick his ass out. We can figure it out from there.
Yeah, it honestly sounds really good. It's such a good spot. It's literally the entryway to the whole continent here.
Yeah.
If we hold that, it's just so good for us. We can establish some commerce.
According to Nunavut too, it can pretty much be a city because it has enough land territory for a city. He would agree. He would also say though too. All he would say is be wary because people like Captain Red are admirals without even having a shard. So the next step in their journey is to gain a shard. So once that information is out, gain much more powerful enemies. So even as we cultivate the base here, we need much more powerful allies on top of just gaining things. Because we have to grow the base, and then while it's grown, protect it from bigger enemies like Captain Red. He might not be an enemy, but it's other people besides Red that are admirals.
I agree. We're gonna kind of have to cross that bridge when we get there, because I mean this has been 6 days. We don't even know what we can do yet.
Akoi would definitely say, this is something that it was along the journey. It was like kind of sticking in my mind of like, I mean, that's what I would do. If I got my ear to the ground looking out for people that had shards, especially small fish like us, if I was someone like Red, walk in there, knock these guys out. He may be a shard bearer, but he's not invincible. Plenty of people have killed shard bearers before.
Isn't that how they pass through so many different people's hands at different times? It's because they killed the person that owned it. So, but that's why if we keep it, we have this group right now. I love the idea of that island, and if we keep the number of people for now that have to go to the mainland, have to go to Dithra, or have to go to Mariposa Small, we keep it to, the 5 of us, the 6 of us that we trust. Us 3, Lucette, Guinevere, you, Gone. We keep it to that. They got to go to the mainland. Maybe 1 or 2 other people if we absolutely had to, but one of us is keeping an eye on them. We can keep this quiet for a couple months until we kind of figure out exactly where it is we got to go and what we're going to do.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that's a great idea. He would say, if we take over the rock and we station pretty much everyone that isn't us on there to guard it, and they say they can't leave until we get our base right, that should keep the information at least much more contained.
Yes.
So we do have to worry about people on the island already. Probably has a little bit. As long as we just say they can't.
If we take it over and don't let them leave either, you're either a prisoner or you're helping us. Which one do you want?
I agree.
Yeah.
You got a shard bearer. We got it.
So I say we get a good night's sleep. We get our rest. We hit sail bright and early.
And you can do so. But Harry, as you fill with the night of pleasure and go to sleep, your mind begins to dream, and as your mind begins to dream, feel good, pull, desire, as you sense there are more shards. It's almost like, so think of like the sky like a compass. As you are kind of like dreaming, you see like the presence of shards all along the world, and almost like a constellation. So like imagine like the world map overlaid on top of like a constellation with like shards all around the world. And now
It's like I can see where they are or feel where they are.
correct. And now that you are part of the network, the overlay network, you can now detect shards with enough focus. Feel as if you focus on a certain area on your network / overlay, you can probably, with time, accurately find shards. Very accurately. You also think that this does not. You think that this also does not only apply to you as well.
Anybody that has a shard can do that.
I think that's very accurate.
Okay. Wow. Awesome. So do I feel any shard within like the immediate vicinity?
You feel that there is another shard on the silver heel. And
Okay.
you know that
Well, we knew a pirate in Mariposa that had a shard.
yes.
Might not. He's not there anymore, I imagine, but he could be back.
Do not detect a shard in Mariposa. If you're close enough, you do sense that there is one somewhere in here, in this region.
Okay, in the southern part of the heel. In the heel part of the heel.
You think that there is a shard here. You're not sure where. You have to spend basically a lot of your night focused on that. The main thing is that if you do that, you're not sleeping. You're basically like dream walking. So
Okay.
you have to be. So if you fought, basically, if you like, you can be fine, but if you fought, you'd be exhausted. Basically, you're fucking literally in your mind walking, dreaming, trying to figure this out. But if if you're not doing anything intensive like fighting, you're fine. But if you're fighting or like blacksmithing or whatever like that, or like alchemying, you'd be exhausted. But if you're just kind of around the boat walking, you're fine. But yes, you feel that you're officially part of that network. And,
Oh,
you also
very scary.
yeah, because now people know that your shard will know that when you probably found. You think as if because you see even in your mind you see that there are shards moving around, right? So you think those are probably shards of people that have them.
Mhm.
That and with the experience, you feel as if someone that probably had a shard for, let's say, like 50 years would be much better at doing this than, let's say, someone on their first day.
Yeah.
So people were probably already aware that your shard is leaving. It's probably a lot easier.
Yeah, like ancient shard holders probably know right away when they change hands.
Correct. And if you do this like 100 years, or something, especially if you have more than one shard, if you think that 25 years to your life expectancy is probably extremely low, you can only imagine the people that have 4 or 5 shards, how old they are.
Yeah.
So, sweet. Thank you for that. So, that being said, that was what you, on your dream kit, of course, you kind of figured, and that was just you kind of just first time being a part of that kind of.
Yeah. That's something I would confide in with Lucette, obviously. As soon as I wake up, I tell her I had this vivid, lucid dream. I was in the world of shards. I could see everywhere where they were. If I concentrate, I can find them. And I would tell Gon, and I would tell Koa, and I would tell Okoye. I think he trusts Okoye a lot now, and Guinevere. He would share that with this that group only, though. So if you guys if we're ever looking for shards, I can hunt them.
That's
But that means
a
they can
handy
hunt me.
skill. That's not a handy skill.
That's a handy skill. Wait, that's not a handy skill.
But I mean, it's likely that I'll
It's-
know if a shard is moving towards me unless they do it really quickly in a day. You know, I'll have a feeling that hey, there's a new shard close to me. So
Yeah, so you think
So we use you as a human alarm.
for shard bearers,
kind of.
it's probably pretty accurate.
Okay then.
As long as it's not immediate, or there's a lot of shard bearers in one city, like in a really big city like Kabando, you probably think there's more than one shard bearer. For sure.
But I can feel the shards that aren't connected to people as well, like free shards. I can feel
Because
them
they're
too.
not moving. So
Yeah. So those are easier to spot, or
yeah. Like like those shards are doing like this, basically like that. They're moving and stuff. The ones that aren't moving are just like. Do you think that unless they're in like some kind of a room like that, or they're sleeping, they're probably playing. So this also goes to the continuing that train of thought. We also think it's so too. If people also know where shards are at, that's probably a reason why they haven't claimed those shards.
yeah, exactly. Unless they're stupid like us and they fall down waterfalls.
It's like, yeah, man, that shard is pretty. Oh, wait till I finish. I'll just get it off there. But that being said, it is day 155, right in the early today.
And we slept in a safe haven, so we get a level up.
Correct.
Oh my god, yes. Wow, so many levels.
DM, I need you to do the journeyman piece to medic.
I won't get to that.
Oh my
I
god.
can-
So I'm 42 now.
Yes. So
I'm not
let's
quite at. I'm not quite at 42 yet. I'm at 41.
Oh, but you guys tracked the 40 rank though. Yeah, but that was a huge I mean a huge just jump in this a quest. You guys actually did like one of the main quests. You know, so.
And then I think we are gonna start sailing up around the north end, again back towards back to the west, around and to the island, however long that ends up taking.
All right, makes sense to me. You can move 10 squares a day. Can you control this?
Yep.
All right, sweet. Move your 10 tiles and roll 300. Don't roll less than 25. No. If you live on the coast, that's about like 15. Don't roll less than 15.
Less than 15.
It's not next. Go to those triggers. Roll 46. All right, you get 13 trinkets worth 35 CP.
One of them stays in the drink.
Like we are out of inventory. Too much inventory.
Yep.
All
You said it
right,
was 75 or
35.
35. Okay.
All right. That being said, that day goes past swimmingly. It's now day 156. Please give me a D100 10 squares. Don't roll less than 15.
Take it. 57.
No, golden nose does not trigger, but you also don't trigger any you travel.
Okay. Whew. And then
Mhm.
10 tiles. So I think the same thing. We kind of stick 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right.
Oh, Alric was using a crossbow. He doesn't know the sling skill of the alchemist, does he?
He does not know.
Yeah.
And you think he was just definitely like an alchemist? He just kind of picked up a crossbow, like hey, crossbow's better than slings, right? But not in a skilled sling. You just it's day 157.
And
Please
that
give me a
that officially actually he Koa learns the last piece to his quick feet
Here we
because
go.
we're back on the
Oh,
boat
nice.
just running. So
Oh yeah, makes sense to me.
I'm gonna practice with you, even though you can, I'm going slow for you, but to you it's this really good practice.
Also, as well too, Harry, do you spend any time navigating the shard network?
No, not now. I'm just gonna be wary if any shard comes close to me, but as long as they're not moving towards me, I don't really care right now.
Makes sense. All right. Day 57, give me a D100 and move 10 squares. Going to nose triggers, give me a 46.
Damn. Man, you are killing it in
Yeah.
the hundreds tonight, Koa.
Hey,
give me-
I'll take it.
So you gain 10 trinkets for 50 CP.
Okay. And those actually go onto the boat
There we go.
because, food-wise,
Ration.
we lost rations.
Rations. Hey. Yeah, you guys can literally get to the thing like, hey guys.
Yeah. Any of the mariners can fish?
So they're definitely maintaining the ship. They could fish, but they're also maintaining the ship. So you guys don't actually have that many people on your boat. Your boat is actually like, it's actually understaffed. And they're just sitting here like,
We only have 17, so
Yeah, as long as it's
like,
not an emergency,
Sitting here like yeah, around and people and also the people here too are like also doing other jobs. Sitting here like, oh yeah, but you think that like optimal is probably around 30 people. Optimal numbers around 30, and that's like with half of them being mariners. Right now, I mean you guys are around half mariners, I think, right?
we have 17
half?
people. So that's
Yeah.
Pretty
just
close.
over
We have a
half.
lot of mariners.
Yeah, a lot of mariners, like a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely the most prominent profession amongst everyone.
Yeah, you guys have
I'd have
outlaws
to
of
look-
I don't
mariners.
know the number.
I'd have to re-look at the list that
Yeah.
Dawn has, but I mean, we have Sophia and myself. I know for sure. I believe Juan's a mariner.
Yes. Juan, Jesus, unless one of them is dead now. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway,
Juan is dead. Juan is dead. Hey,
yeah. Anyway, we can figure that one out later. but
Esteban, I think
That's what
Esteban is a mariner.
yeah, let me figure that whatever. I'm just saying, yeah, definitely that's a whatever. But
We have a
Yeah,
lot.
definitely. But you get another 100 for day 158. And 10 squares.
we only need 7 to get to the tip of the island right here.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think that's where we would head. Is basically
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Let's see if
and
we
just.
have-
I don't think we'd actually hit the island like land, but it would be at least just off the coast, sort of scouting before entering the bay, quote unquote.
Makes sense to me. Give me a send me the D100 though. 'cause if you
D100,
just-
Harry.
Where you can travel.
Oh, I thought it was the 84. Okay. 73.
Those trigger. Give me 46.
Oh, yeah.
We are finding all sorts of
Well,
shit.
12 trinkets worth 35 CP each.
And guess what? They all go on the boat.
Oh, ma'am, thank you, ma'am.
Shit's amazing.
So as you travel here, you're scouting here with your spyglass, things like that. What you notice is that first things first, from when you were here first and then before, it's been I want to say like 2 months. And what you notice is that the little 1 to 2 boats you saw before, about 5 to 6 boats now. You know, you guys are pretty well-known pirates at this point. You could probably infiltrate. And now, Harry, with your increased intelligence, I'll just straight tell you this: you have a fucking supercomputer. You think as if you can get inside of there, how do I put this? You are easily able to lift people up with your super speed. In theory, you should be able to lift someone up, run up the side of a mountain, and just drop them off the side of the mountain. Or essentially that fast. So with your alacrity, even without having any like assassin skills, moving 100 miles per hour, grabbing somebody up and running away with them before they can activate is a pretty effective effective means of combating somebody. Because it lasts for so long. It lasts for 37 or 40, whatever.
It's 42 minutes now.
42 minutes. So 100 miles per hour, 42 minutes. You can literally just grab somebody, go up a fucking mountain, and drop them off a fucking mountain. Now, you probably gonna do that like 1 or 2 times a day, but if you need to kill a high priority target, pretty effective.
I mean, 40 minutes, I can probably run that whole island, so I can just run in, find the guy, bring him to us, and then we can negotiate with him or just get rid of him, and then walk in and be like, "Where's your boss? Oh, he's not there. Well, let's just take over, guys. We're your boss now."
Yeah, let's just take over, guys. That being said, so, oh yeah, Harry, give me a D100. I need. It's been how many days? It's been 4 days.
3 days.
Since he had got the shard into his body.
No, since I got the shards, been the boat. I think 3 days, or this is the 4th day.
Right, give me 40.
This is the 4th day. Yeah.
Give me 4000s. Okay. On the 3rd day. Oh, well, no. First day. On the 1st day, when you would have went to bed and kind of detected, the second day you went to bed, detected the overlay kind of on the network. What you would notice is that you would get a feel and a pull from one of these shards that is presumably on the other side of the world. It definitely is in the west, and this pull you feel, it feels as if the thing is trying to contact you or communicate with you. And it is very, very strong. If you were trying to resist this, you need a charisma check. As you were, the thing is trying to basically talk to your essence.
36.
As you try to resist the effect, fail. This thing begins to
rolled an 18, man.
You guys, there were that being said, as you roll your 18, even with your increased hold on your energy and your source, it's this force is so strong and so powerful. And as you begin to kind of sense this energy, you then need to begin to speak, not in your brain or your like ears, but like through your very being. Is the voice reverberates, and as it reverberates to you, the voice says this. The voice says, "Hail, Shard Bearer Harry McLean," and the voice sounds almost androgynous, really. It doesn't really have a gender or a sex to the voice. It sounds commanding and authoritative as it kind of speaks to you. And it speaks to you in this tone of voice. What is undeniably true is that you know without an undeniable fact that this voice here is not the start of anyone you've ever heard of, or could ever be the start of or could be the voice of anyone you've ever heard of. You know with the undeniable fact that this is the voice of the Shattered One, of the Creator itself. And you now feel this immense desire to collect and gain shards. It's a craving like anything you can possibly imagine. It's like, craving food for me, like a Holocaust survivor, or being blue-balled for 70 years of your life, and you said, "I'm not being a priest anymore. I'm about to clap some cheeks." It is this immense desire on a fundamental level, or like a drug addict, gain shards, and you feel as if you gain them, the euphoric feel you would feel would be unlike anything else you could possibly imagine. As this feeling is ingrained into your entire being, you want it, you have it, and you feel as if this is not indeed. those that have shards crave them. And that was your first.
Yeah, it's addictive, definitely. I mean, that rush, that initial rush of power when it comes in, I imagine, is like the best fucking feeling in your world. It's like all the dopamine hitting you, like.
I mean, it's unlike anything you could possibly imagine. And that's what I'm saying. It's like it's hard to describe because it's like the feeling of just wholeness, being remade, almost like a butterfly, leaving like a cocoon. You were just in the shell. Now you escaped. And now you're a different being. All that is to say, you guys are now here. There's a lot of boats here. But I want to say this. I want to end the session here. With Dawn coming next week, next time, and then we have a new person next time too. I want to spend some time to talk with some people and really get that going before going too deep, because it's maybe your base. Because in theory, potentially, it's really nothing stopping Harry from basically one-shotting the guy. It really is, like, in theory, it's hard to say, okay, if I could grab the guy and run up a fucking waterfall, what's stopping me from grabbing the guy and running up a fucking mountain? So I want to.
Yeah, I can drop him off the island whenever I want, right?
Yeah. So I want to end the session here and have Gone and our new player, or not a returning player, back on the new year. So we'll end the session here a little bit early, with the party reaching Pirate Rock and getting ready to deal with Jonah. But now that the party has a shard bearer, things are different. The goals are expanding. The threats are bigger. Because now, officially, the party has joined a great game. And will they be defeated, or will they win? Yes, next year, same time, same place.
Is that our ticket into the big leagues?
Big league.
God damn it! I think we punched the ticket too early.
Alright, next week, be safe, happy holidays, and all that stuff.
Merry Christmas, absolutely. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, y'all.
Kumbaya.